Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on the first day of just an in-between week between events. We are going to have a slight issue. My game, apparently, it's been a while since we've had this, but my game crashed in the middle of sleep tracking last night. So we're going to see how far it got, and judging by the 92 sleep points, I'm assuming we got most of the sleep tracked. So we'll see, but for now, we'll collect those 92 sleep points. It puts us at 5,861. And for our daily lottery, we're going to get a Poke Biscuit. Good. We do need those. It will be nice to stock those up a little bit. And for now, we can go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see just how bad the damage is. Oh, buddy. Let's see what we've got going on. Sleep report 428. We got 7 hours, 47 minutes. If it crashed around 8 o'clock, we only missed about an hour or so of sleep, so that's not that bad. It could have been a lot worse. 8:03 a.m. Yeah, so this could have been a lot worse. We actually got kind of lucky in that regard. Also, if the game's going to crash, at least it happened at the end of sleep style discovery and not in the middle of the OGPP event. So I'll take that. You know, one crash a year happening at not the worst time and getting most of my sleep, not the worst that could have happened. But with almost 177 million drowsy power, let's see exactly what we got spawning for us. Hopefully that Dedenne we've been looking for, a top belly beware. Okay, I would like to get at least 3 new sleep styles today. I mean, with how the sleep style discovery event has gone, getting at least 3 would be nice. It looks like we did get one oh no, only 2. We did get one Dedenne though. So we got Dedenne, Persian, Curlia, Quaxwell, Flora. Oh no, that's Meowscarada, and Igglybuff with, of course, the top belly beware. And let's see. So there's the top belly beware, good amount of dream shards and XP, which I think will level up today, speaking of XP. So that'll be fun too. I kind of like ending the week with a level. Missing just one more beware sleep style. All right, for our last one, I don't remember the spread from earlier, but maybe it's that Dedenne we're looking for. 2 Dedennes would be very nice to have, because Dedenne just takes entirely too much. But no, it is Quaxwell, or yeah, Quaxwell, 3-star Quaxwell. I couldn't tell with the feathers being all messy if that was Quaxwell or Quaquaval. All right. Still only missing just the one Quaxwell, so not bad. 2 new sleep styles. Could have been a lot worse considering the game crashed, so I'm happy with it. Let's see, who's hungry? Persian's hungry. Oh, Persian shiny. I did not even notice. How was I supposed to tell? I mean, to me, that looks pretty normal, but let's go ahead and feed it that Poke Biscuit we just got. Nice. Gorgeous. Was not expecting that. I wonder how many of you noticed it was shiny and I was just sitting here like, oh yeah, we're gonna move on, blah 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 blah. I did not notice that at all. Even now, I think it's just like barely a little bit more of a more beige color rather than the normal, like kind of almost pure white, a little bit of off-white. So not bad, not bad. Everything else, Dedenne is the only other one I really want to try to catch. What do I have to work with? Not much. How are we gonna do this? Let's see. Let's throw out a bonus biscuit. +3. That's not great. See, we need a total of 16. How are we gonna make this work? You know, I'm deciding to do this on a whim, so I know it's not gonna be optimal. I really should have not used that bonus biscuit now that I'm deciding to do this, but I didn't decide to do it until after I did use it. This is our last research here on Lapis for a while, where we see Dedenne. We have no legendaries coming anytime soon as far as we know. We're going to have time to get a couple more. I'm just going to use the Master Biscuit to catch it, and we'll see what happens. I wish I had saved that bonus biscuit and thought to do that sooner, because then I could have caught that Iggly buff too. But it is what it is. We're going to wrap it up there. I'm hoping that the Master Biscuit gamble paid off this time, because most times it doesn't in my experience. So let's see. As far as what to send out, it's either the Ralts candy or the Stuffle candy, but I feel like probably Ralts is going to be the better one. Possibly even Sprigatito candy, but let's go ahead and go with the Ralts candy for now. No, Dedenne is seemingly kind of rare. Maybe we send that one out. Yeah, let's send out the Dedenne candy just to wrap up the second week of the Dedenne experience and help people who may be wanting to switch over to Dedenne candy and may not have them, or Dedenne in their team and may not have the most candy. 10,734 research XP puts us at level 59, almost back to max. Hopefully we can get to max pretty soon. Good sleep day probably going to help a lot with that if I remember to use my focus incense like I'm supposed to. Got that biscuit back, got 2 small dream clusters and a luck incense. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. And 14,232 dream shards, which I did look yesterday. I was thinking about leveling somebody up. 475,000 dream shards is what I was at yesterday. However, this Persian, level 20 and bashful. Let's see if we got some good shiny luck today. We've got milk, sausage, milk. And helping speed is good. Skill trigger is good. Yo, do we actually have a good shiny? Uh-oh. Ingredient finder, not so much. But inventory up at 75. Very good. Bashful, what is bashful? Is that like, is it neutral, I think? It is neutral. Okay. So it's not the best possible Persian it could be, but it is very good. This is a very good shiny, which is not typically how things go for me. Not at all. So let's see. Let's see how this goes. We're already at 76 PR. Of course, it wants to take forever. Got 2 Pokemon to get through, which isn't a lot, but when the website wants to take 10 minutes per Pokemon, it does add up. So, yeah. Let's see how far we can get. I mean, 75 PR, we're already on 100. Did I just need to scroll? Is that what it was? I just need to scroll down to get it to finish. And now 100 is going quickly. Maybe I did just need to scroll down for some reason. It's the little things, you know. Sometimes you just got to turn it off and back on again, and then it works miraculously. But this one's going pretty quick, so let's see. 75 PR is not bad. And honestly, if we really wanted to make it very good, I'm sure a sub-skill seed at 25 would be all it needs. Could potentially do the sub-skill seed at 75, but that's assuming we ever get it to that high of a level. We probably won't, because of the main skill. Not super useful. And not having a skill level up is actually kind of a bad thing on this one, since it's already evolved and we can't evolve it further. Having skill level up just to help out would be nice, but overall 75 is still very good for a random shiny. That's not bad. Not bad at all. So we're gonna name this one S75. Job done. All right, now let's move on. Let's see. We've also got the Dedenne, which, again, hoping this master gamble paid off. Sassy, careful is oh man, is that ingredient finding up? Is that what that is? I don't recall. Let's find out. All right, we've got all 3 ingredients. I'm fine with that. Fine with that on a skill specialist. Level 22, not too bad. Let's see. Come on, be nice to me. Helping speed is good. Ooh, skill level up is good too. Ingredient finder, not so much. Sleep XP bonus. Energy recovery bonus. Okay, so main skill chance up. Ah, it was the opposite. It was the opposite. Careful is the opposite of rash. That's actually not bad. I think this is definitely a backup Dedenne for sure. This is a solid backup Dedenne. The skill level up at level 25 is actually very nice. Very nice. The only thing we need is instead of ingredient finder to get skill trigger. That would have been fantastic. But I mean, it's going to start off very nice, which I think is what makes it a good backup to Dene. Something that we can just get to level 25. We don't have to worry about 30 necessarily. We can manually invest into 25. And then beyond that, it's one that we can put on our team if we want to run a team of Dedenes to just really stack up extra tasty chances very quickly. So solid backup Dedenne is what I'm thinking on this one, because we can't really save it with subskill seeds. The nature does help a lot, but beyond level 25, it just doesn't get anything that really benefits it. So one subskill seed to get that helping speed, or two probably to get helping speed and skill level up. That would be about it as far as investment on this one. Now you may be asking, why are you talking about investing in these if I'm not going to? Well, maybe you have a Dedenne that's similar. Maybe this helps you think about what you could do with your one Dedenne that you have. So that's kind of why I talk about potential things I could do with these, because it could help somebody. But yeah, I probably won't ever invest the subskill seeds into these, but I could to make it better in that regard. And that would be about all I would do. Like I said, solid backup to Dene. Need to scroll down to get this to go faster. Didn't work this time. But maybe it did. I just had to scroll up this time. All right, level 100. We're slowly working on it. Looking pretty decent. But it is running a little bit slower than I would like, and we have a lot to get through. So I'm going to go ahead and move on and let this finish. We're running a bit behind today, so I'm gonna let that finish. Currently sitting at 69 PR, not bad at all, very nice. We did get to bed on time 5 times, got our 15 diamonds, and now we can move on and get our weekly summary done and dusted. The one thing I need to look at is to figure out, ignore that this says 0. I had this set to 0 for some experiments I was running for the new island, but I'm thinking that this is now at 57, so maybe we I wanted to kind of go to an island that was a little bit easier, just to kind of chill out for a bit. I mean, we could go to Greengrass just to hang out. Week 62 summary. We did make it to Master 10 though, not quite the 2 million that the team analysis said, but I also didn't get extra tasty lunch or dinner last night. So if we had gotten one of those extra tasty, which I missed a 50-50 shot. I had 50% extra tasty chance at dinner and I missed it. So that's unfortunate, but still made our goal of Master 10. Little shy of the actual strength goal, but close enough that I'm going to call it a success. With 1,922,736 for our final strengths, 368,889 gains from berries, and 1,553,847 gains from cooking, which to me means that cooking is the more personally fun and superior way to play the game. Overall grade of S with 6 small handy candies. Yeah, Sunday getting whatever happened there, still somehow got an S. Actually kind of surprised about that, but maybe they just didn't count it against me since the game crashed, which is nice of them if that's what happened. But as far as a chill island to go to, I'm really kind of sad that we have 60% at all 3 of these, because I wanted to, you know what, we could just chill out anyway. Now that I think about it, it doesn't really matter. At the end of the week, we would just get it spread to the other islands. So, you know what? Let's go somewhere visually pleasing, just to hang out. Since we're stacking up for OGPP, it really doesn't matter. We're just going to collect sneaky snacking gains and see how far we can get with that, really. Not really super worried about it. Curries and stews, we'll probably just make like little 1 ingredient dishes just to get through. To that end, before it gets too late, let's grab our recovery incense for going to bed on time. Let's just make our one little meal. Not really anything too crazy. Don't want to spend too many ingredients. Kind of want to save most of them for for next week. So let's just, you know what? Actually, we're going to get plenty of sausage from collecting skill triggers from Ryko. We'll just throw one sausage in. That'll be our little 1 ingredient dish. Watch it be extra tasty. Why? Why? 329. Strength gained. Why? I don't get it. I don't get it. Whatever, doesn't matter. We're here to stack up berries. Let's see. Let's go ahead. I've still got Gardevoir on the team for now. I'm not entirely sure how I want to play this out. A few people in the comments were talking about swapping out Gardevoir for something else, for another berry specialist, but it seemed like it really only made sense if I had energy pillows to keep Ryko's energy topped up. And I may still switch. I had a few more pillows than I thought. I'm not entirely sure that I have enough to get through the rest of the week. So we're going to take a look at that. I may still switch. I don't want to click on anybody else. I don't want to accidentally collect skill triggers that I'd rather wait and save for later. Actually, you know what? This guy's skill trigger doesn't matter. It's ingredient magnet. Didn't get it anyway. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. I don't want to click on Dedenne at all in case he's double stacked. I don't want to collect those extra tasty chances because they do not carry over when you switch islands. Even if you're going to the same island, if you switch to a new campsite, get a new Snorlax, basically just think of it as if you find a new Snorlax, the extra tasty chance doesn't count. It goes away. Think of it as the extra tasty chance is affecting the Snorlax directly. So if you go get a new Snorlax, that extra tasty chance left with that Snorlax that you left behind. Speaking of Dedenne, the new one did finalize at a PR of 69. So very nice. Let's move on. And like I said, we are just here chilling out, collecting our overstacks, trying to get ready for the OGPP that is showing up soon. Also, keep in mind, to that end, we do have maintenance tonight, so make sure to plan accordingly. Make your meals if you need to at a different time, just to make sure you don't get caught out by the maintenance and are unable to make your meals. Other than that, there's a couple of things that we need to do. We have some new news. That's surprising. Oh, this sounds like serious news. Response to inappropriate conduct. What have you guys been up to? All right. Thank you for playing Pokemon Sleep. This is an announcement about our response to inappropriate conduct within this app. We will be strengthening our response to inappropriate conduct so players can play the game with full peace of mind. An example of inappropriate conduct: using unauthorized tools or programs to conduct a considerable number of sleep research sessions. Inappropriate conduct such as the above conflicts with our terms of use, and we will be taking measures such as suspending the user's account if it is detected in either past or future gameplay. Obtaining a sleep score of 101 points or more in a day via inappropriate operations. I didn't even know this was possible. For players who have obtained a lot of rewards via inappropriate conduct, play restrictions may be implemented for several days while we collect fraudulently obtained rewards. We plan to make fixes in a future update. Interesting. We will be taking measures such as suspending the user's account if this behavior is detected in future gameplay. Please enjoy the app according to the rules laid out in the terms of use. Also, playing the game in ways other than intended may cause problems with the app's operation, so please refrain from spreading or encouraging such behavior. To protect the peace of mind of our players, we will periodically observe app use and continually respond to inappropriate conduct within the app. We hope you continue to enjoy Pokemon Sleep. So, a little bit more of a serious tone with this news. So take that into account. If you are doing any of these things, y'all know me. I personally have said in the past, I don't care if you manipulate your sleep data. It's not a competitive game, so you're not affecting anybody's gameplay other than your own. So for that reason, I don't really care. But the like button does, at least when it comes to certain conduct. So yeah, be aware of that if that's something that could could affect you. I don't want to see anybody lose their account, especially we put a lot of time into these accounts. You know, mine going over a year. I'm not trying to get mine suspended or banned. So yeah, that's very interesting news. Don't know what else I can really say about that. So, all right, let's move on. We did get a medal. It was for Master 10, I think, is what it's going to be for. Yeah, Master 10 at Lapis Lakeside. So we got the Master 5 and Master 10 medal at the same time, or in the same week. We got 20 diamonds for it. Also, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I forgot to double check what number of sleep styles I was at before we started this week. So 1 second. All right. So turns out it was 423 sleep styles is what I had on Monday. So, well, that means we only got 7 new sleep styles the entire event. To me, this event didn't really feel like much beyond a normal week. Without the other bonuses, it really didn't feel like much. Hopefully y'all saw more new sleep styles than I did. Granted, I was also at a very high completion of the sleep style decks to begin with, so I don't know how much I really could have seen given where I was at. But I also made it to Master 10, which is well above the record that I had set before. And even then, didn't feel like I was really seeing too many new sleep styles. So to me, this event kind of felt underwhelming. Like they should have turned up the chances of getting new sleep styles a little bit more, because it just didn't really feel like there was a lot there. I don't know. Like I said, I have been running the poll every day, and the last 2 days, 100% of respondents have said they got new sleep styles. So it does seem like people are getting new sleep styles, but is it at a significantly higher rate than what you would normally get? It really just didn't feel like it to me. But at the same time, like I said, this event also felt like kind of just a normal week. So I don't know why we really made a big deal out of sleep style discovery if it wasn't really going to help people push higher into the sleep decks to help people try to get to new islands to get ready for the OGPP. I really feel like it just didn't meet its stated goal of trying to help people push through the sleep decks. So I don't know. That's my personal experience. Again, I was already very far into the sleep decks, so I don't know how much it was going to help me anyway, but I thought I would have got more than an average of 1 a day. I thought I would have got more than 7. But yeah. I don't know. I'd kind of have to give this event like probably like a 6 out of 10. Like, it felt like a normal week. So, I mean, if it feels like an average week, then that's a 5 out of 10. But, you know, with a little bit of excitement of, hey, maybe we'll see some new stuff. And most days getting new sleep styles gives it a point or two. So, you know, like this was probably like a 6 out of 10 kind of event. There were no other bonuses to really help. It would have been nice to have some kind of bonus. Maybe they could have taken the buff from the good camp ticket and give like, hey, all of your Pokemon are producing an extra 10% faster this week to try to help you build up some strength to get to those new strength scores, to try to get some new sleep styles to help out. I think if they'd have done that, that would have helped out a lot. But personally, for me, this event was like a 6 out of 10. It just didn't really seem to do much. So I don't really know what else to say about it other than that. I mean, it was just kind of here, and that was about it. There's not really much else I could say about it other than to try to think of ways they could have fixed it. That's my idea. Hey, give us at least some kind of buff to help us get through the ranks a little bit faster to be able to see more new sleep styles. But I don't know. Yeah, that's kind of my review on it. But as always, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If I just had a bad experience with it because of where I'm at in the game, maybe there's something I'm missing, but let me know what the experience you had. If you know how many new sleep styles you got, even better. I'm always curious to see what you guys think. And if you can think of some ways that they could improve this event without breaking it, we don't want to make it too strong. If you can think of some ways to improve this event, let me know that as well in the comments. But for now, we are going to try to get ready. The last thing we need to change for next week, I thought about swapping in a Ghostberry specialist as well. We do have the one Gengar that could help. The problem is if we've got some skill triggers banked and I switch the team members now, it gets rid of those skill triggers. And I just now remembered that's a thing. So I think we're kind of stuck here unless I want to collect. Hey, 1,000 hours slept. Another good night ribbon. Collect that. That's fine. Unless I want to recollect. I mean, it would be really only Dedene's skills. You know what? We did get one skill trigger from Raikou, but if we're only sacrificing it on Dedenne, it's fine, I think, because Dedenne's skill triggers don't carry over anyway. Just don't be any. But it was only one. That's not that bad. Yeah, we're gonna collect from Dedenne. We're gonna swap in a better gatherer. Actually, I didn't even need to collect the inventory. Why did I do that? That was so dumb. I'm just a habit, I guess. Anyway, Dedenne will refill. It'll be a little bit under everybody else, but that's not that big a deal. But instead of Gardevoir, we're going to swap in. It is this Gengar specifically. This one has a much lower ingredient finding rate, but also should collect plenty of berries. And with the overstack from Raikou on the team, you know what? I actually don't know if I like that. No. We're gonna go back to Ampharos. I just thought it doesn't really make sense to go with Gengar. Once the inventory is full, they're always gonna get the berries, so it doesn't matter what their berry finding rate is. The Greppa berries from Ampharos are gonna be a little bit weaker, but let's see. How much is it gonna cost us to get this guy to level 30? If we can get to level 30, we should be fine. Let's min-max a little bit. Yeah, okay. 11,000, 10,000 basically. Yeah, I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna get him to level 30. We're gonna power up those berries just a little bit more, and that should help even the gap between him and Gengar. They are still favored. That Gengar was only bringing in one berry at a time because it's an ingredient specialist, but this one is a skill specialist, so they both only bring in one berry. However, this one being electric type will boost Raikou's skill trigger a little bit more. So we're going to leave it as is. And we are going to... Yeah, we got a long way to go to level 30 for this guy. We're going to leave it just like it is right now. And I think this is the way to go. I've got Walrein on the team because he's actually like my second best berry specialist in general. And he has helping bonus, which will help the team, and has sleep XP bonus, which will also help the team grow over these next few days while we just let them sit there in the background. So we should be in a really good spot. This will be the team for a little while we overstack. Yeah, I think we're in a really good spot. This will be the team to take us into OGPP and hopefully get us started off with a very nice little bump. But for now, we're just going to make one final dish. It's just going to be another one ingredient, probably extra tasty just to spite me. Sausage meal. And we're going to be done with it. Don't add any more. And we should be in a good spot. All right, good. It wasn't extra tasty for no reason. All right, well, that's going to be it. We are set, ready to go for OGPP. We just got to let things overstack while we can. And hopefully start off. Gotta make sure not to click on anybody except Raikou. Do not click on anybody but Raikou because we don't want to use those skill triggers here. All right, so we are good to go. Hopefully this team does well. Ooh, did we get a skill trigger in? Nope, no, we didn't. But we can collect that one single berry, and we'll see how the week treats us. But for now, let's check one last thing real fast. I'm just curious. It is a Totodile incense. Very nice. We do still need a better Totodile, so I will happily take that. Probably won't get it, though, to be honest. If we get to Master 3, I'm going to be very surprised. Anyway, that is going to do it for the video today. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy them. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, Husky Star, and Jassy. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join button right next to the subscribe button. And while you're down there, click the link to the Discord in the description box and come and join us to talk about Pokemon Sleep. And other than that, y'all have a good night. Let me know how the Sleep Style Discovery event went for you. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We're on day 2, right after the maintenance has finished, and that means that since I went to sleep during maintenance, we just jumped straight into the sleep report today. So let's go ahead and jump in and see what we've got, and hopefully we've got something very interesting. That would be nice if we do, but let's see. I don't know what kind of sleep type I'm gonna get. I feel like I slept pretty well. 9 hours and 28 minutes of sleep. A lot of snoozing there. Okay, definitely gonna be a snoozing type then. So that means that we should get something very nice. Hopefully we actually made it to a decent spot with our just sneaky snacking only. I still made it to, I think it was grade 1 before I went to bed. So 5 spawns, 4.2 million. What can we get out of that? Let's see. What do we have? Any new sleep styles? That would be cool. No new sleep styles, but that's to be expected. We are on Cyan Beach. We are only grade 1, but we did get Growlithe, Rattata, Raticate, Eevee, and Jigglypuff. Very nice. Okay. That means that we should have hopefully gotten something hungry, or at the very least an easy chance of catching something, which definitely gonna go for the Eevee. The Rattata's hungry, but not really super worried about it. I kind of want to just go ahead and finish that up. I think that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, we didn't get lucky with the Eevee. We are trying to save most of our biscuits, but I feel like might as well just take the opportunity to take the Rattata home. I don't see a reason to not do that, you know? So we'll go ahead and take it home. And I think we'll just wrap it up there. I don't really see much reason to try to really catch anything else. I mean, the Eevee would be nice, but I just don't want to spend the extra biscuits right now. So we'll leave it there. All right. And that means that we can, yeah, definitely going to send out the Eevee candy. I was going to say we could take a look at this Eevee, but we got to get through the sleep photo first. That would help. All right, we've got 1,000. Wow, only 198 research XP. I mean, that is to be expected. We are only sneaky snacking for now. With 454 dream shards. All right, well, let's see. How are you gonna treat us, Rattata? Are you actually gonna be good, Rattata? All right, so we've got level 15 and naive with apples, soybeans, apples. Not bad. Sub skills, berry finding. That is not berry finding. That's ingredient finding at level 10. I was hoping that gold was a berry finding, but no. Sleep XP bonus, helping speed M, skill trigger. Not a good Rattata. Not a good Rattata. Naive, main skill chance down. It's not what you want to see on this one. But, yeah. Not good. Not good. I'm pretty sure our other Raticate is way better. It is. Yes, look at this. Oh, PR33. Ooh, buddy. Well, that ain't good. And this is running real slow. Oh, there it goes. Now it's on 75. I was about to say it's running really slow even for level 60, but it did finish up. And speaking of finishing up, well, I mean, it is going pretty quick, but we don't really care about this Rattata. Let's be honest. All we care about is the fact that maintenance is done, and that means that we can talk about those new Pokemon and what they're going to be looking like in a way. But we'll do that here in a bit once we get everything caught up. For now, let's see how level 100's running. Kind of fast. You know what? It doesn't matter. I'm not renaming this one. We can just move on. No point in sitting here staring at the screen for a Pokemon we know we're not going to keep. We'll just let it run to finish out for the curiosity. Other than that, we're going to move on. We're going to send that Rattata to the professor because it's bad. It's very bad. But we are going to get 25 diamonds for going to bed on time, which is nice. With 31,925 sneaky snacking. About, what is that, like 80%, 70% of what I already had. So sneaky snacking is going very well. We are at grade 3 now. I also, of course, got an extra tasty dinner with the one sausage again. So extra tasty breakfast and dinner when I'm not really trying to cook, but I will take a skill trigger there. That's exactly what we want. So let's go ahead and collect from Raikou. We're not going to check anybody else, but we will take the free candy. Let's see. Anybody else got free candy? No. All right. Let's go ahead and make this singular sausage meal. This Snorlax here on Siam Beach is on a diet. Don't add more. Just got to make sure we get that protein in there. PR 41 for that Rattata. Ooh, big whoop. Big whoop. Did not go extra tasty, though. So that's good. We don't want extra tasty. Not on the one meal. Okay. We've got breakfast out of the way. We've made it to grade 3. Definitely not enough to get us to grade 4. What do we have here? Just an announcement saying update is done. Maintenance complete and update contents. All right, cool. Maintenance complete. Thank you for playing Pokemon Sleep. Maintenance is now done. Cool. All right, well, that was fast and easy. Update contents version 2.0.0, the one that we really want to see. So, this update includes the following improvements you will need to update to the latest version through your app store. New features. The addition of a new area, the Old Gold Power Plant, can be unlocked after 3 p.m. on October 2nd, tomorrow. By completing the Dex goal of registering 340 sleep styles, we're at 430. No worries there. The addition of two new, so we did get 2 new ones this time around. 2 new sleep style Dex goals. They will be added at 3 p.m. on October 2nd, along with unlocking OGPP. So that's good. I'm assuming that I'm going to hit both of the Dex goals just because of how much I have. But we'll just have to wait and see. Preparation for the OGPP debut event. Please see the event news for more details if you want to figure out what those are. We did have a video a few days ago going over the event details. The addition of a new ingredient, the rousing coffee, and the addition of 6 new recipes. Game contents, adjustments to make it possible to use multiple ingredient tickets. Very nice. Love that one. You'll be able to use multiple ingredient tickets at once from your bag's item pocket. We'll probably do that soon since we're not really gathering ingredients right now. We're only getting the berries and overstacking. So probably going to do that soon. And then adjustments that make the back button take you directly back to the home screen when pressed and held. This only applies to screens with a back button on the lower left. Also, some text has been adjusted or unified, and other small bug fixes and adjustments. We can test out that back feature here in a little bit. But all good stuff. And of course, like I said, with the new Pokemon and the OGPP being put in, that means we can look at the new Pokemon and see what they're going to be like here in a bit. So we've got new reports. We got 49 community reports. Very good, very good. All right, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 that doubled up. Good odds. Not the best odds, but good odds. All right, back button. All the way back to Snorlax. All the way back to Snorlax. Nice. I appreciate it. It's a very nice touch. Also, I forgot because we had the maintenance, it threw me off. I forgot to collect our sleep points. 100 of them, 5,961 is our new total, and our daily lottery. Things are just all over the place today with that maintenance throwing me off. Ooh, yes. 3 Poke Biscuits. We needed them. We definitely needed them. All right. Let's back up. And I already forgot that we can hold the back button. I'll get used to it eventually, but I forgot about it. Let's collect our mission. We've got Snorlax to grade 2, so we get 1,670 dream shards. That's a big jump from level 58 to 59. I appreciate it. Very good. Okay. So, for now, everything else is complete. Trying to make sure. Nope, let's go send that Rattata to the professor before we forget. Because if I forget, then I'm going to have to turn around and be like, oh, I don't even remember if this was good or not. And then have to calculate it again just to see that it was terrible. Suppose I could just look at the sub skills in nature and know it's terrible and just send it to the professor. But, you know, my brain's smooth. Okay. All that done and out of the way. Now's the fun part. Now we get to look at the new Pokemon. This is your warning. If you don't want to be spoiled on it, you just want to catch them and see what they've got, feel free to go ahead and click away to another video. If you do, we'll see you later. But we are going to jump into Aron, Shinx, and Grubbin, and we're going to take a look at them as well as their evolved forms to see if they change types like the Gen 8 or Gen 9 starters did. But let's go ahead and start off with my boy Aron. So Aron is a slumbering type. We did know that. It is an ingredient specialist. It has Charge Energy S as the main skill. Kind of redundant if you have a good healer, but it is nice to keep them at a topped up energy in case the healer is slacking that day, which does happen. It's also going to take just 5 friendship pips to take home. Of course, makes sense. Most first stage evolutions do. Its item capacity is 10. Its base frequency is 1 hour and 35 minutes. That seems super slow. I'm imagining that it's going to get very quick as it levels up. Okay, we'll have to check on Aggron. But yeah. Big thing is that it's the ingredient specialist, a steel type ingredient specialist at that, which kind of makes sense. We do already have a steel type berry specialist, even though it's Steelix, which is very hard to come by. So kind of unfortunate that we don't have a better steel berry specialist, but that does give them a chance to put a better one in the game later on. However, it does evolve into Lyron and Aggron, so we can check those here in a bit. I just want to go over the drowsy power requirements real fast. So for basic 1 is 2,090,000 drowsy power. I said basic 1. I meant the 1-star sleep. I was looking at basic 1. The 1-star sleep, regardless of which island you're on, is 2,090,000 drowsy power. The 2-star sleep is 8,322,000. The 3-star sleep is only available on OGPP, and it is 40,926,000. And then the 4-star atop belly is not determined yet, but it's looking like somewhere around 50 million. So we'll just say 50 million until they do figure out exactly what it is. It's usually fairly accurate, so probably not too far off of that. But yeah, we'll just say 50 million for now. So not looking too difficult to find. Looks like we could probably see them fairly easily at OGPP. Both the 1 and 2-star are within the basic ranks, so not too bad. The question is, how hard is it going to be to get about 10 million drowsy power just to try to get the 1-star? Because you do still have to have the drowsy power for other Pokemon to spawn, so that'll be interesting. At Greengrass, it'll be very easy for most players to find an Aron for the first couple of weeks while it is there. Keep in mind, it's only going to be at Greengrass for a couple weeks, and then once the event is over, it is only at OGPP. So if you really want to make sure that you're going to catch them, you may want to go to Greengrass at least one of those 2 weeks. But I don't know. We'll have to see just how difficult OGPP is going to be. For now, let's see if we can, yeah, this will probably be the faster way to just click there and then click on Aggron. Let's see, Aggron does still remain a steel type, so that's good. Its base frequency is 50 minutes, which is a lot better, So we're doing good there, because once you add on the energy multiplier for being at 100% energy, it will be significantly faster. Probably, I think, would take it around to like 30 or 35 minutes. Maybe Yeah, probably around 35 minutes. So we'll be in a good place there. Of course, the unfortunate part is we don't know what the ingredients are going to be, but we can take a guess. I'm thinking that it's going to have rousing coffee, but it's only going to unlock it at level 30. And then your best bet for getting coffee is going to be an ABB Aeron. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is going to happen, just because I feel like that will extend the longevity of the new ingredient. Because if they give it to us at level 30 first, that means later on they can introduce another Pokemon that has it in AAA and expand the lifespan of that ingredient, rather than just giving us a AAA and then the very first one they give us is the best coffee gatherer we're ever going to get. I think it'll be level 30. But that's pretty much it for our boy Aaron. I mean, I think it'll be good. I don't see any reason why this one won't be. If you catch a good one and you get it to an Aggron, it's going to be fairly quick. It should be able to bring in ingredients regardless of what it's going to have. It should be able to bring them in pretty easily. So let's go ahead and move on to our boy Shinx, who is also an ingredient specialist. Interesting. We did know it was going to be snoozing type. Very surprising that it's an ingredient specialist. Curious if Grubbin is also going to be ingredients, and we've just got 3 new ingredient specialists, which is going to be very interesting for how they divvy up the coffee. But we'll see. For now, it is again going to be 5 pips to take it home. That is average. It's going to have a base inventory of 11 instead of 10 like Aeron. The cooking power up though. Ooh, cooking power up could be very good. I like cooking power up on ingredient specialist because then you're gathering ingredients and expanding your pot to put those ingredients into. I feel like it's probably going to be a similar skill trigger rate as Sprigatito, where you're not going to get it to trigger very often like you would with a Flareon or Glaceon or Magnezone, but it'll be more of a like nice bonus kind of thing rather than exactly what you're going for. So I kind of like that. I feel like it's a very, very synergistic main skill with the specialty. So that's good. Let's see what we're looking at for the drowsy powers for the 1-star. Ooh, we're actually going to find this one easier than Aeron. For the 1-star sleep, it is 1,558,000 drowsy power. Dragon power. Wow. Drowsy power. For 2-star, it is 7,144,000. For the 3-star, it is 35,796,000. And it looks like the 4-star has been settled for Shinx at least at 46,208,000. All of these unlock fairly early in the ranks. So we'll have to see again just how difficult it's going to be to climb the ranks at OGPP. And based on these numbers, I'm thinking OGPP is definitely going to be the new most difficult island. I've said it before, I do wish they would introduce islands that kind of fit somewhere in the middle. Like maybe, hey, we introduced a new island and it's easier. It fits in between Snowdrop and Lapis in terms of difficulty. I think that'd be cool to kind of mix it up a little bit, but I'm kind of thinking they probably want to wait until they get at least one island for all berries. So we probably won't see that until after the Dragon Island. But I still think this is going to be doable if you are prepared. I'm very concerned with how far we're going to get in our OGPP journey on my end, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. We do have a very good Raichu, so that might help. But let's go ahead and check. Aeron did not change types when evolving to Aggron, so does Shinx as it evolves into Luxray? No, it still stays electric. Okay, so it doesn't look like they're changing types. And the base frequency, 40, which does make sense. Electric types are usually the fastest in the game, so a base frequency of 40. If this one and Aggron both have coffee, and this one has cooking power up, it feels like Aggron might be just kind of dead in the water. I don't know why you would pick outside of... I was going to say outside of the favored berry. I don't know why you would pick Aggron over Luxray at this point. but they both have a favored berry on the same island. So I, again, don't know why you would pick Aggron over Luxray if they both have coffee the same way. Now, if Aggron has AAA coffee and Luxray only has ABB coffee, maybe you want to go with Aggron in that regard, but with the speed difference, you may still end up with about the same coffee, if not more, from Luxray. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. Either way, I'm excited for both. Yeah, these are very high rank requirements for Master 11. Yeah. And then how much drowsy power? Oh, no, it's not even listed. Master 5, and it's 68 million drowsy power. Yeah, I'm thinking OGPP is going to be very difficult. But yeah, like I said, I don't know how this is going to shake out. We'll have to see once people start catching them what the ingredients actually are. But so far, if I'm correct, and Rousing Coffee is only available at level 30 on both of them, I'm thinking Luxray is the way to go, and Shinx is going to be easier to find with lower drowsy power. So yeah, we'll have to see how that works once we actually get our hands on them. But let's go ahead and check out Grubbin. That adorable little guy. Look at him, he's so cute. Also an ingredient specialist on the dozing type, and also has charge strength S. Interesting that both of them have charge strength S. I thought it would have been a different main skill. I thought all three would have different ones, but I also thought all three would be a different specialty as well. So they are surprising me with this, at least. It seems like we don't have ingredient rates or skill trigger rates for any of the Pokemon, the new ones. But also, just like the others, Grubbin is only going to take 5 friendship points to capture, just like any other first stage evolution, and its base frequency is about an hour and 16 minutes and 40 seconds, just about, you know, there somewhere around there, which I think, if I remember correctly, is in between Aron and Shinx base frequency, so that's not bad. Again, it's a question of if coffee is at level 30, and this is also ABB coffee and not AAA, I don't know why you would go with Shinx over Grubbin, or I don't know why you wouldn't go with Shinx over Aron and Grubbin. So this is kind of interesting that they're doing it this way. I mean, eventually on the Dragon Island with the bug type berries there, you may want to do that. You may want to pick Grubbin over Shinx. But all else equal, I don't know why you wouldn't go with Luxray over Vikavolt and Aggron, but let's see. Let's see how this shakes out. I said dragon again. Drowsy power requirement. For the 1-star sleep, it is going to be a little bit easier. 1,558,000 for 1-star sleep. For the 2-star, 7,144,000. For the 3-star, 35,796,000. And for the 4-star, top belly, 46,208,000. Did I say 35,796,000? I don't know if I did or not, but yeah, 35,796,000 for the 3-star. My brain is fried, apparently. All right, so I don't think it's going to change, but let's just double check. It's probably going to stay a bug type. It does stay bug type. You do. Oh, actually, no, that was a very important thing that I just skipped over real quick. Requires a Thunderstone. So they're not introducing a new item. I believe it was like you needed to be near a magnetic rock, or you needed to be in a magnetic field to evolve Vikavolt, I believe was the case in the main series games. But it doesn't look like they're using any other items, just Thunderstone. So definitely going to have to get our hands on one of those so that we can get a Vikavolt, because Vikavolt, one of my favorite bug types. So I definitely want one. I definitely want a good one. Let's see. The base speed, though, is 46 minutes and 40 seconds, so it's still pretty quick. Not as fast as Luxray, but still pretty quick. Again, I'm thinking ABB is the way we're going to go, but now I'm starting to question it. If they're all ingredient specialists, why would they do that? I don't think they're all going to be ABB for coffee. We might have some that are, one of them that's ABC for coffee. Could be that Luxray is going to have a different ingredient spread where its AAA is actually more valuable. Maybe Luxray only has coffee at level 60. Maybe Luxray doesn't have coffee at all. And either Aggron or Vikavolt is going to be the best coffee gatherer. Although when they introduced corn with Lapis, all 3 of the new Pokemon had corn. So yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to play this. It'll be interesting to see once we actually get our hands on them and kind of get an idea of what things are going to look like. But for now, at least for now, without knowing the ingredients, Luxray is looking like the strongest of the 3. Again, weird. Kind of weird that they're all ingredient specialists. I wasn't expecting that. But Luxray having the what's it called? I always forget the name of it. Cooking Power Up, because it's not Pod Expander or anything like that. Cooking Power Up. Such a weird way to word it. Luxray having Cooking Power Up, being an ingredient specialist, if it does get coffee at level 30 and you can get an ABB coffee ingredient specialist with Cooking Power Up, Luxray could be the better choice. It's just kind of what it's seeming like at this point. Again, we are going to have to wait until we actually get a hold of them to figure that out. But that's kind of just what it's looking like to me at the moment. But again, that's assuming they all get ABB coffee. They may not. One of them may have AAA coffee. One may have ABB. One may have a coffee only at level 60. We'll just have to wait and see once we do get our hands on them. I keep saying the same thing, but it's true. We'll just have to wait and see. But those are the new Pokemon that are being introduced. One thing I did want to check. The sleep decks, nope, that's not it. Where is it at? There is a place where you can see the sleep decks unlock rewards. Let's see if they've got those figured out. I haven't actually checked this beforehand. I didn't even think about the fact that they have this here until I read it, but they do seem to have figured it out. So sleep styles unlocked at 340, where we get OGPP. Our maximum map bonus goes to 65%. Nice. Our max pot capacity goes up to 63. That's going to be expensive. We also get 100 diamonds, a medium ingredient ticket, and a medium handy candy. That's pretty good rewards. We did get it at 240, same rewards, but still pretty nice. And then at 390, so 390 is the magic number. We're going to get no map unlock, of course, because there isn't a new one, but we are going to get max map bonus up to 75%, a 10% jump. Okay, so they're trying to speed run to 100%, it looks like. And then our max pot capacity can go up to 69. So we, on my end, we're going to have a lot of pot expansions to buy, and it's going to be very expensive. And I do not have that many dream shards. Definitely not as many as I would like for this pot expansion coming up. How many do I have? I am currently sitting at 483,627, and that is not enough. I am willing to bet that is not enough to get to pot capacity of 69 tomorrow, because even though we won't necessarily be at OGPP, we will still have access to the pot capacity, and that'll start tomorrow, and we're not going to have enough. So that'll be fun, but I am going to get another 100 diamonds and a main skill seed. That's very nice. I always like when they give us seeds. I wish they'd give us more seeds for the sleep style decks, but maybe I'm being greedy there. I just feel like that's a good effort that should be rewarded with seeds, but maybe I'm being greedy. And then a medium handy candy as well. So very good rewards for 390 sleep decks, sleep styles unlocked. So very good. I like these rewards. It's very nice. Let's go ahead and back it up, and we can check one last thing. I think I said one last thing a minute ago. I was slightly wrong. I do want to check and see the maps. Let's check out. OGPP is here. All right. And they've already figured out what sleep styles are there, and I've got 64% of them. So that's cool. It is unlocked. Let's see just how difficult it's going to be. Let's, while we're at it, let's pull up Lapis and OGPP just to compare them. Okay, so for Lapis to get to, let's see, Master 1. To Master 1 was 675,000 strength. For OGPP to get to Master 1, I'm not going to go through all these sleep styles. I'm not really that interested. I kind of want to just find them as we go. Yeah, 1,038,000. That's significantly more difficult. Yeah, that's significantly more difficult. So we got to 2 million on Lapis. 2 million, and that was at Master, well, almost 2 million, and that was Master 10. 2 million here is just shy of Master 8. So it's going to be interesting. I think we will still do well, but it is harder than Lapis. So that's a good thing. I like that it's going to be more difficult. Cool. All right. Well, I think that is about it. I think that's pretty much everything that we could talk about. Wait, we forgot to talk about the new recipes. Let's get into it right now. For the new recipes, we have the new Hidden Power Perk Up Stew. It is 92 ingredients large. It's a big boy with 28 soybeans, 25 tomatoes, 23 mushrooms, and 16 rousing coffees. That's a lot, but it's definitely going to be the new big boy on campus when it comes to curries and stews recipes. I will only be able to make this on Sundays, so that'll be fun. We're going to have to see just exactly how good that's going to be. It does start with a base power of 19,061, which is pretty good. So that'll be fun. And then we've got the Dizzy Punch Spicy Curry. Dizzy Punch Spicy Curry, sorry. Dizzy Punch. It's fun to say. With 5,702 strength at the base at level 1. It's going to be only 33 ingredients, 11 coffees, 11 herbs. I don't know why I was just stumbling over that. I told y'all my brain is fried today. And 11 honey. I'm going to start calling these coffee beans. Calling them just coffees sounds so weird. 11 coffee beans. They even look like coffee beans. Why are we just calling them rousing coffee? This should be rousing coffee beans. What are we doing? Coffee beans. All right. So that'll be an easy one for most people to make, because even newer players should be able to make that fairly easily. But the big boy is the 100 ingredient Defiant coffee dressed salad. Gonna take 28 coffee beans, 28 sausage, 22 oil, and 22 potatoes. So that one's gonna be fun to try to make, but it is gonna be a 20,218 base power at level 1. And yeah, could be very strong once you get it up to a higher level, which should be pretty easy to do since its base is already 20,000. Then we've got the Zing Zap Spiced Cola. Very interesting idea, but you know, it is desserts and drinks. I always forget that it's desserts and drinks and not just desserts, so that does make sense. We got a Zip Zap Spiced Cola, just a little caffeinated soda with 35 apples, 20 ginger, 20 leeks, and 12 coffee beans. 87 ingredients, so it is going to take a lot. You're either going to need a pot expander or sundae to be able to make it. But we've also got the Early Bird Coffee Jelly. Coffee jelly is not something I've ever heard of. I'm sure it's just something from around the world that is just new to me. With 42 total ingredients, 16 coffee beans, 14 milk, and 12 honey, with a 6,793 base strength. These two, specifically the Dizzy Punch Spicy Curry and the Early Bird Coffee Jelly, should be pretty easy for most players to make. I'm trying to think. Let's see, herbs and honey. I don't really know of any ingredient specialists that have those mixed together, so maybe some of the newer Pokemon, Aeron, Shinx, and Grubbin will have them in their ingredient loadout. That would be good. I hope we get some more leaks, because Doug Trio is not cutting it. We really need Farfetch'd pretty soon. That would be very nice. But yeah, it looks like honey shows up a couple of times. Oil and potatoes and sausage. There's a pretty healthy spread of different ingredients here. So it looks like we will actually have to really try to put together teams to get these ingredients put together properly. It would be nice if we could have some synergy with the coffee beans and some of these other ingredients. Maybe some coffee beans and herbs or honey would be nice. Coffee beans and ginger would be good too, or apples. But it does look like there's a large representation of different ingredients in all of these recipes. That said, you may have noticed that this is only 5 recipes, and we were supposed to get 6. So let's see if we can go figure out what that other one is. Let's go to the recipe calculator because it should be at the very bottom of the list. All the mixed stuff. Let's see. Let's look for level 1s. No level 1s. There we go. Dizzy Punch Spicy Curry. That's the first one. So we already knew about that one. Early Bird Coffee Jelly. We did also know about that one. Cross Chop Salad. So that's the new one. 56 ingredients, 20 eggs, 15 sausage, 11 corn, and 10 tomatoes. 56 would be something you could probably make fairly consistently, but having 4 separate ingredients is a lot of dedication unless you have some good synergy there. Sausage and corn, actually good synergy with Beware. So that is something you could do if you've got an AAB or an AB Beware. You might be able to pull that off. Eggs and tomatoes are kind of hard to synergize. I'm not thinking of anybody off the top of my head that has eggs and tomatoes, but still should be a pretty solid recipe around the 55 ingredient mark when you compare it to others that are similar. It's a solid recipe, but I'm usually just not a big fan of recipes that take 4 ingredients unless it's something that you prepare for. Usually not the biggest fan. Actually, no, tomatoes and eggs do synergize with Snover and Obama Snow. So if you get a good AAB, Obama Snow and Beware, you could make this fairly easily. Of course, they'd have to both be level 60, but you could easily make this, I would think. So, yeah. That is why I think that AAB or AAC does have a solid argument in the ingredient meta space, because then you can do synergy Pokemon, have just a Beware and an Obama Snow running, and you should hopefully get everything you need. I haven't really compared the numbers compared to Cross Chop Salad because we just figured it out, but I would think you'd be able to get everything you'd need for a full day's worth of cooking just out of those 2 Pokemon. You may have to throw in a Delibird here and there just to get a couple extra eggs. But you should be able to get most of it, if not all of it, from a good Obama Snow and Beware. So those are the recipes. They're looking pretty good. Let's go back to this screen here now that we know. Of course, it's a salad. So let's see if we can find it real fast. The cross chop. What's the base strength looking like? Where's it at? There it is. Base strength is 8,755 at level 1 for the cross chop salad. So looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. We're going to go ahead and sort real fast. We'll go to level 60 just to see what they're looking like. I know 60 isn't the new cap, but 60 is a solid look. Wow. So we're looking a lot better. Yeah. Okay. You know what? We need to start looking at 60 at the beginning from now on. I didn't realize that it shows the base and at level 60 in parentheses. So at level 60, the Hidden Power Perk Up Stew is at 57,755. The Dizzy Punch Spicy Curry, 17,277, which does make sense. It is only 33 ingredients. The Defiant Coffee Dressed Salad is 61,261 at level 60. So that's very, very strong. The Zing Zap Spiced Cola, 53,007 at level 60. And the Early Bird Coffee Jelly, 20,583 at level 60. Not bad. Not bad at all. Let's double check the Cross Chop Salad real fast. It is at level 60, 26,528. So the 4th best salad in the game now. Let's... The Defiant Coffee Dress Salad, of course, the number 1, but it's 100 ingredients, so it's probably not something you can make very consistently. This is probably a special occasion or Sunday-only meal. So I don't know that we'll be going for this one all the time. As far as curries and stews go, of course, the Hidden Power Perk Up Stew is the new number 1, but again, probably won't be going for this all the time. At 92 with 69 max pot space, you could possibly make this one happen pretty consistently if you could get good synergy for these ingredients to make sure that you have enough to make it consistently, but definitely looking like a Sunday thing for sure. What was the other one called? It was the Dizzy Punch Spicy Curry. Around 33, it is actually... So it's not the best in terms of raw strength that you could make, but unless we get an easier way to get leaks from these new Pokemon, it is going to be the most consistent one to make, I would think, because herbs and honey are fairly easy to get 33 of in one day. And then coffee beans, I would assume, are probably going to be fairly easy. So we'll have to see how that actually turns out. But I would think this might be the more reliable 33 ingredient dish to make if you're in that range. So that'll be a pretty good one. And then desserts and drinks, we got the Zing Zap Spiced Cola, which of course the new #1 dessert. The leaks are again going to be the problem that will hold you back from not, well, it may not hold you back, but most people this will hold them back. If you have a good Quackleval, you might be able to make that work. You might be able to get 60 leaks in a day if you have an ABB Quackleval. But I don't know. That one would be iffy. Apples, I don't think would be a problem. They might be a slight problem. Even my really good Skeledirge, I don't think gets enough apples in a day. I don't think I get 105 in a day. I think I'm around like 70. So that definitely wouldn't work for me. Ginger could also be a problem. Yeah. This is probably, you need to prepare for it unless you just like have really top tier Pokemon for those ingredients. But the early bird coffee jelly around the 40 range, if you're in that like 42 to like 30 ingredient range, milk and honey are very easy to come by. If coffee ends up being pretty easy to come by, early bird coffee jelly might actually be a good alternative for you if you're not up to the 55 ingredients yet. So early bird coffee jelly, a really good dessert for that. The Dizzy Punch Spicy Curry, a really good curry recipe for that range before you get to the 55s. And then salads, the cross chop salad is 56, so that's not helping salads at all in that 30 to 55 or 30 to 45 range, roughly. Calm Mind Fruit Salad, if you haven't made it to where you can make cross chop salad frequently enough, then Calm Mind Fruit Salad might still be the easier one for you to go for. But if you can get this to work, it's going to be really good. If you have, like I said, if you have a really good Beware and a really good Abomasnow that synergize well together, you could probably make this pretty consistently and actually have a pretty good meal out of that. So, yeah, all these ingredients and recipes are looking like they're going to be pretty strong. But with that, I believe we have now covered everything that we can talk about before OGPP. I am very excited for tomorrow. For all the new stuff coming out. I'm kind of nervous to be completely honest about how much it's going to cost to expand the pot, because I know it's going to be a lot. But other than that, I am very much looking forward to OGPP. I'm looking forward to the event, looking forward to the new Pokemon. Everything seems like it's going to be great. Yeah. Let me know what you think about all of this information, any and all of it, in the comments below. Very curious to know what you think about all three of the new Pokemon being ingredient specialists. Like I said, that was very surprising to me. But I'm curious to know what your thoughts are on whether or not you think that they are all going to be very similar, like I was talking about, all ABB coffee, or do you think they're going to mix it up? And if so, what do you think they're going to mix it up with? Be genuinely interested to hear what you guys think about that. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Other than that, I'm going to wrap it up. You know what? We're going to do one last thing. Why not? We might as well while we're here. We're feeding just the one sausage. Like I said earlier, Snorlax is on a diet. Let's see if we get an extra tasty. Come on. Give us that extra tasty to sign out. That's all we need. There it is. Three extra tasties on a one sausage meal. 329 dish strength. The strongest of sausage meals. With that, I'm going to leave you guys. That's going to be it for the video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, Husky Star, and Jassy. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join button right next to the subscribe button. While you're at it, click the link to the Discord in the description. Come and join us, talk about Pokemon Sleep and all the fun stuff that happens around it. Other than that, y'all have a good night. Enjoy OGPP if you're going there tomorrow. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 3 here on Cyan Beach, just enjoying a chill week after the event is over, waiting in between events, as it were. And we are going to start off with 28,000 sneaky snacking. Very nice. Very good. We're also going to grab one small dream cluster for going to bed on time, which we do need those very desperately. We do know now that the pod expansion is happening, and it's going to be very expensive. Still don't know exactly how expensive. At least I don't know yet. I'm sure the information may be out there somewhere, but I don't want to, depress myself with that information just yet, so I haven't looked for it. But I'm sure it's going to be very expensive, and we are going to need those clusters. We are, however, at Ultra 2 on a bright side, with Ultra 2 just for sneaky snacking and the 3 extra tasties we've gotten this week. So we're doing pretty good. Not too bad considering we're just hanging out, not really trying. That is the power of high-level Pokemon. Let's go ahead and get breakfast done. We'll get our one little sausage meal. Speaking of extra tasties, let's see. Let's see if we can get another extra tasty on one sausage meal. Probably not. Not this time. Maybe next time. We'll see. 164 strength gain from this dish. We are powering through the ranks, let me tell you. All right, let's get this done and out of the way now that my smooth brain is satisfied with the dumb humor. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's grab our, you know what? I do want to, where's Raikou? Let's go ahead and just see. Double skill trigger. There we go. Finally got a double skill trigger. Times 12 help from everybody. That's good. All right. Somebody had candies. It was you. Let's collect those candies. And now let's not accidentally click on Dedenne. We don't want to do that. 100 sleep points is what we're going to get for getting a full night's sleep. That's going to put us at 6,061 for our total sleep points. And for the daily lottery, we can pick up something very nice. Oh, no, we can't because my item pocket is full. So let's go ahead and cancel. I remembered this time to just scroll down. The item pocket expansion. Your bag can now hold 20 more items. Worth it. Worth it. Another dream cluster. No, a biscuit. Nice. We do need biscuits too. Biscuits, dream clusters, all of that. We need them desperately. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's jump into this sleep report. See what happens with... ooh, we got some news. I see a little icon down there. Is there some news that I am not aware about? We'll find out a little bit later. But for now, let's see. Session 430, October 1st, 9 hours, 20 minutes of sleep. Next, ooh, it's looking kind of balanced. All over the place. That's definitely a dozing though. 18% dozing. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Ultra 1. We're probably not going to be too high in the drowsy power. Yeah. 11, almost 11.7 million. Only 6 spawns. That sounds about right. Probably nothing new. Except for maybe a shiny. A new shiny would be cool. But let's see. Let's see what we got. I see what looks like a Mankey paw there. Bellsprout Mankey, Chikorita, Ekans Mankey. Gulpin. Yeah, that's about it. Not a whole lot. No shinies. No shinies at all. We did find a random Chikorita though. We could try to catch that. Chikorita, is that what we want to try to catch? I mean, Ekans would be good too. Ekans would be good too. I mean, we know poison berries, dragon poison, and bug is all that's left. Yeah, so we know poison berries aren't gonna have an island for a while, so we got some time. We can wait. Let's just feed the biscuit, the bonus biscuit. Didn't get a big hit. That is unfortunate. I was hoping for a big hit there. I don't want to use any Poke Biscuits with OGPP right around the corner. There's really no need to waste biscuits unless there's something we really want or need. And nothing here is really all that great for me at the moment. But that is to be expected. We were just hanging out at the beach, just chilling, sipping on a Mai Tai or something, you know, just having a good time. For now, I'm gonna send out Bellsprout candy. Honestly, I feel like Bellsprout is more helpful than Chikorita, but you know what? No, let's send out the Chikorita candy because it is very helpful. It's just more rare. Well, let's send out the Chikorita candy. Never mind. I take it back. I take it back. Bellsprout, generally more helpful, but easier to find, so people probably have enough candies. Research XP, 610 with 1,095 Dream Shards. Those are rookie numbers. We got to get those up. That's bad. That's real bad. But yet again, another day where we don't catch anything. Another 471 sneaky snacking, though. I was trying to see, hoping that Raikou would get a skill trigger by the end of the video, but I doubt it because we got 2. I do know that Raichu does not have a skill trigger, so we can see what his inventory is looking like. And, I mean, it's looking pretty good. Not quite to the level that Primeape was a couple weeks ago when we overstacked Primeape a little bit, but it's getting close. So that is very nice. Also, another very nice thing, by the time this video releases, OGPP should be available to anybody who wants to use an easy travel ticket to go there. Speaking of easy travel ticket, it is now the beginning of the month. The shop is reset. Go buy your easy travel ticket and or master biscuit and or poke biscuits, whatever you want to buy from the shop, since it has reset. But let's see. We do have new news. Okay. So this is from yesterday. Oh no, this is from today. Wait, what? Oh, they're both from yesterday. Never mind. We did go over the update contents. The old gold power plant bundles. Very, very interesting. Ooh, Ultra Biscuit I see in the picture. Uh-oh. Okay. To accompany the Old Gold Power Plant debut event, Old Gold Power Plant bundles, small, medium, and large, will be available beginning October 7th at 1 a.m. So the same time, well, I don't know if it's exactly the same time on the hour that the OGPP event starts, but the same day. We've prepared some bundles that can help you befriend the Pokemon that appear at the Old Gold Power Plant. Between them, these bundles include Aron Grubbin and Shinx Incense. We hope you will meet Aron Grubbin and Shinx during the event, using these incense in the areas where these Pokemon appear. Cool. Don't give us a summary of what's in it, just give me the list. All right. So available October 7th until October 21st. The bundles, the small bundle, 250 diamonds. That's about normal. 5 biscuits, 1 Aron incense. Cool. Funny enough, I think Aron was the hardest one to run into just based on drowsy power alone. But 5 biscuits, 250 diamonds, not a bad deal. That's not bad. That's basically half off the Poke Biscuits plus a free Aron incense. Not bad. For the medium bundle, 1200 diamonds. Oh, we are jumping up very quick. Okay, 1200 diamonds, 4 Great Biscuits, 10 Poke Biscuits, 1 Shinx Incense, 1 Grubbin Incense, and 50 Shinx Candy. I don't care about Shinx Candy. We're going to see enough Shinx and we're going to get enough candy from friends that 50 Shinx Candy doesn't really mean a lot. Plus, that's like your first stage evolution and then 10 extra candies. Whatever, I don't care. Like, candies and bundles, I really don't care about. Unless they're handy candies or type candies. I really don't care. Maybe you feel different. I'm going off on a tangent about how much I hate candies and bundles because it just feels like filler incense. I am, but okay. But yeah, okay, anyway, let's get back into it. 4 Great Biscuits, 10 Poke Biscuits, 1 Shinx, and 1 Grubbin Incense. Those are pretty good. I would ignore the Shinx Candy when you're looking at this bundle. Outside of the Shinx Candy, this is a pretty solid bundle. Shinx Candy, yeah, it's just free candy on top, whatever. But not a bad deal. For 4 biscuits, for 4 Great Biscuits, you're looking at, what is it, 800 diamonds? Or is it 1200? I think it's 800. I don't know. I need to go look again. It's been a while since I've looked at the diamond price for Great Biscuits, but I think it'll be 800 for 4 of them. And then the 10 Poke Biscuits are 1,000 diamonds each. So you are getting a deal on those, plus the 2 incense. That's not bad. If you really want a Shinx and Grubbin incense, it's not bad. I'm sure we'll get some from the event missions, so not really worried about that. So yeah, I don't know why. I'm starting to get into like hating it for some reason, and I don't know why. It's not a bad bundle. It's not bad. So let's move on to the large one. 3,000 diamonds, 3 ultra biscuits, 15 great biscuits, 1 Aeron, 1 Shinx, and 1 Grubbin incense with 50 Aeron candy and 50 Grubbin candy. Again, not a bad bundle, but it really should have a good camp ticket in there. 3,000 diamonds is a lot of real world money. You should get a longer term benefit than just biscuits and incense. There really should be a good camp ticket in there. For what it is, it's not bad. It's a bundle that could be better, but it's not terrible. I don't think it's a complete waste of diamonds. I just really wish you got something more long term. There should be a good camp ticket, maybe a couple of seeds instead of the good camp ticket. One or a combination of those should be in there for that many diamonds. So for that, the large bundle is the weakest out of the 3 in my opinion, just because I personally think that they should have something more long term if you're spending that many diamonds. The 1,200 diamond bundle, it's all right. It's not bad. I mean, I don't really know what to say. These bundles just aren't hitting like some of the other bundles in the past did. I just don't feel as good about them as some of the others, especially more recently. I feel like the bundles recently have gotten pretty good, and then these bundles kind of seem like outside of the ultra biscuits kind of seem like a return to that pre getting better state of the bundles, and I don't really care for it. I mean, really, the 250 diamond bundle is not bad. It's a good way to get some Poke Biscuits if you got some extra diamonds. If you got some extra diamonds for the medium bundle, get that one if you need some biscuits, but I don't think any of the incense is really that necessary for these Pokemon. We are going to find them. They are not very difficult to find outside of the fact that they will be locked to OGPP after the first 2 weeks. But we're having a greater spawn rate of these Pokemon on green grass. We're gonna get some incense from the missions anyway. So for that reason, I don't think these incense are really that big of a deal in these bundles. The biscuits are really where the value of these bundles is at. So yeah, that's probably why I'm not too keen on these bundles, because really the only thing that's actually of any value, in my opinion, is the biscuits. So yeah, I mean, you are getting a deal on the large bundle on the biscuits plus 3 ultra biscuits, which is pretty good, but not 3,000 diamonds all on one purchase kind of good, you know? I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. I really don't care for these bundles all that much. The small bundle is probably the most interesting one to me. Of course, 1 available per user, but if you got 250 diamonds to get some extra Poke Biscuits, why not? Plus, once we start seeing what the ingredients are on these Pokemon, it may actually be worth it to get an Aeron Incense just to get 1 more. But ultimately, I just don't find the incense to be that valuable. Before I continue on ranting about this for another 25 minutes, let's go ahead and move on to something a little more exciting, because I can feel myself getting worked up about that, and I don't know why. I don't know why these bundles are getting to me like this. Anyway, let's move on. Let's get our community reports. Hopefully something very good. We've got 39 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Very good. 17 that doubled up out of 39. No level ups today. But I was going to say we can get into the meat and potatoes, but we're not doing that because we're just chilling out over stacking. What we are doing is trying to find, where did our Raikou go? Still nothing. Okay. Well, let's talk about, I keep talking about these missions and how we're going to get some incense from them. So let's talk about them now that we know what they're going to be. So if you don't want to know ahead of time, feel free to log out and we'll see you tomorrow. But we're going to jump into these missions for the OGPP event, and they are as follows. For getting to Basic 2, this is week 1 of the event. For getting to Basic 2, we'll get a Shinx Incense, told you. Ultra 1, Grubbin Incense. Master 1, Aeron Incense. So that'll be fairly easy, especially if you're on green grass, you should be able to get all 3 of these incense very easily. Give out 15 biscuits is going to get 5 small dream clusters, which those are very, very tempting because we do need them. For using 7 incense, you're going to get 5 small handy candies. Those are very good. And then for going to bed on time 3 times, you're going to get, I don't know why I said 3. I mean, I do. Yeah, whatever. 5 biscuits for going to bed on time 3 times. There we go. So that's pretty good. And then for the week 2 event missions, get to basic 2, get 30 Aeron candy, ultra 1, 30 Grubbin candy, and master 1, 30 Shinx candy. I kind of like that they're switching it up. Well, no, they just flipped it. I was gonna say they're switching it up a little bit, but on both the Grubbin incense and candy is on ultra 1, and then they flipped the Aeron and Shinx between basic 2 and master 1, so that's kind of funny. But same ranks, so if you got to them the first week, you should be able to get to them the second week, provided the meals actually work in your favor. And then for using 100 candies, we're going to get a friend incense, which we definitely want to make sure we do because friend incense do not come along that often. Those are very good. And then for going to bed on time 3 times again, we get 5 more biscuits, so also very good. And then cook 12 times for 5 small dream clusters. We will definitely do that because we are going to be trying to get to master 1, and as difficult as OGPP is looking like it's going to be, getting to master 1 might be a slight issue. I'm concerned, but not overly so. I think we have a pretty decent team. I think with this overstack, we'll start off pretty well. I just don't know what it's actually going to be like once we get in there, and it also depends on what recipe we get. Hopefully we get something good to help us out, but keep in mind these these missions do not start until next week, so you don't need to worry about pushing if you're going to use your easy travel ticket to go to OGPP this week just to end the week and get that extra 5%. You don't need to worry about doing these missions now. Don't try to push through the ranks. I would suggest if you are using an overstacking method and you're going to OGPP today, go ahead and save all of your stuff, continue to overstack, and then collect it on Monday whenever the event starts. My brain is just terrible today. Anyway, I would collect all of your overstacking on Monday. Don't do it just yet. Don't try to push through the ranks. Just chill out on OGPP, see what you see, and get that 5%. And then on Monday, start really pushing hard. That's what I would recommend. But these missions look pretty doable, and I think for a lot of us, they may even be doable on OGPP. We'll have to see how week 1 goes. If we end week 1 and we're only at ultra 1, we might have a problem. We may need to go to green grass, but we'll see how far we can get. Keep in mind, the week 1 missions will still carry over into week 2. So if you don't get to master 1 and you feel like you need to go to green grass just to get to the master 1 ranks, you can do that on week 2. And just go to green grass and go through the ranks, get everything you need, and you could again use an easy travel ticket once you've got the missions complete, go back to OGPP and finish out the week there and get another 5% map bonus there. So that is the thing you could do, but if you've got OGPP unlocked, you also can get that extra 5% at green grass now too to max it out. I don't know that I'd be worried about it though, because we're eventually going to have missions there. Probably the Halloween mission is going to be there. You can use the Halloween event to get to the 65% maximum at green grass. So that's kind of where we're at. Decisions to be made, but now we know what the event missions are going to look like. We know we're going to get those incense, and to me, it makes those bundles even less attractive. But that's just my opinion. Maybe you think of them differently. Maybe you value the incense and everything a little more highly than I do. Personally, I just don't think they're that great. It is what it is, though. Everybody's going to look at it differently. Ultimately, it's your game. Play it the way you want to play it. As long as you're having fun, that's the important part. But before I leave you, we're going to feed one more sausage lunch. We're going to see if our extra tasty 50-50 keeps going. I don't even remember if I fed dinner last night, to be honest with you. I might have, but I don't remember. I haven't really been paying much attention to meals outside of these videos. We didn't get our 50-50 though, so it is what it is. But all right, that is where we're going to wrap it up today. Not a whole lot going on in terms of my usual gameplay, but we do have the event missions and the bundles announced. Let me know what you think about all of that, whether you think I'm wrong, right? If you agree, disagree, let me know in the comments below. And other than that, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you do enjoy these videos, a huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, Husky Star, and Jassy. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click the link to the Go ahead and click the join button. I got ahead of myself. I told you my brain was dumb today. Click the join button right next to the subscribe button. While you're down there, click the link to the Discord in the description box so that you can come and join us to talk about Pokemon Sleep. Other than that, y'all have a great night, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Apparently, we need to get back into reviewing my sleep study from last time because my phone died in the middle of sleep. I did double check it before I started recording. It did make it until like 20-30 minutes before I woke up yet again. I don't know what's happening. I think my charger might be going out. It's kind of old, so it might be about that time. But this time it was the phone dying, not the app crashing. Like, my phone was just dead. Just a weird coincidence that we had it twice in, a week's time. But it is going to be 8% dozing, 63% snoozing, and 29% slumbering. It only went out about 15-20 minutes before I woke up, so we're fine. Let's see. That is, of course, going to be the snoozing type, and I'm wondering if we're going to see anything interesting today, given the snoozing type. I don't really remember what spawns here on the snoozing type, but we are going to get a pretty decent score, about 2.7 million drowsy power. 3 spawns is actually pretty good. So we're in a really good spot. So let's see what we're going to get. Hopefully something very nice. It looks like I see a Diglett down there, but it also looks like we're in a different place. So I wonder what we got. Here at the OGPP, I went to the old gold power plant yesterday right after it opened. Did not get very far on just sneaky snacking alone, but we did get a Fuecoco. Didn't even know that was a possibility here. Well, I guess it makes sense. Ghost type, favored berry here. Skeledirge, ghost type. Suppose that does make sense. All right, let's see what we got. Not a shiny Snorlax. That would have just been my luck to get one when I went off screen and nobody got to see it. But no shiny Snorlax, which is okay. And let's see, out of everything here, maybe Diglett is the one that I want to feed, but again, not really wanting to use any biscuits, wanting to wait until the event actually starts. So what is this, our 3rd or 4th day in a row of not actually catching anything? This place is really old and beat up. Looks like with these oil drums here, I'm guessing this used to be an oil burning power plant. But it's very overgrown. I do like this new terrain. I like the more natural vibe to it. It is, the barrels are the thing that are throwing me off. Typically we don't get, well, no, I guess, yeah, we do get some of this grunginess in some of the mainline Pokemon games. But it is kind of weird to see everything all dilapidated and broken down and oil drums left behind and things being reclaimed by nature. I like it, but it's kind of weird, but a very good design. I like it overall. Very strange that we chose to set up camp here right next to a couple of oil drums that who knows what was in them. Maybe it could be radioactive waste for all we know. And here we are just setting up our tent right next to it. But overall, I like the way it looks. So let's go ahead and move on. We're not catching anything today yet again, but it is what it is. So nothing we can do about that. Hopefully we'll see something else more interesting throughout the rest of the week. Fuecoco, probably the most optimal candy out of those 3 to send out, but I don't really feel like I had great choices, but it is what it is. We're going to get about 100 XP. Yeah, 159 research XP and 189 dream shards. All right. Unfortunately, didn't see any of the new Pokemon. I did at least make it to Basic 2, so one of them was on the table. I just don't think I had enough Drowsy Power for it. Let's go ahead and see how things are going. 24,802 sneaky snacking. That's gonna push us to Basic 3. Yeah, we're really climbing through the ranks now. We got 10 apples for going to bed on time. So we're in a good spot. Again, like I said yesterday, I kind of offered the advice of, if you're going to go to OGPP, just hang out, don't collect your sneaky snacking yet. That's what I'm going to do. I'm still not collecting any of my berries. I'm still just trying to stack up and save it until the event starts on Monday. To that end, a single trigger. Didn't get any triggers yesterday throughout the day outside of the 2 that you guys saw in the video. So kind of unfortunate that we only got those 2. We got 1 there. I'm hoping to get 1 or 2 more at least throughout the rest of the day. But unfortunately, things just aren't looking too great. I know that we don't have a skill trigger on Raichu, so let's see. Kind of a status update of his inventory. It's looking pretty good. Things are looking pretty good, so I mean, we can't really complain too much. But not quite where I want to be. Raikou slacking a little bit, but I think that's because we just don't have the seeds to invest in Raikou at the moment. So kind of is what it is. But we're going to go ahead and grab our 100 sleep points. Puts us at 6,161. And for our daily lottery, we can grab a biscuit would be nice. Diamonds would be nice. I'll take a biscuit. Biscuits are good too. I do like the biscuits. With that said, I did obviously have to collect 1 of my Sleep Dex goal rewards to just come here in the first place, but I did save the other one. We can go ahead and collect this last one, get ourselves a main skill seed ×1 and a medium handy candy and 100 diamonds for getting 390 sleep styles recorded in the Dex. I really like that little jingle, that little victory jingle. It's nice. It's a good one. There was also a mention, let's see, I'm going to hold off before I read this, but there was a mention in the 340 sleep style decks that that Professor Narrowly was working on a quote unquote handy item, and it was in a different font color. It was in that orange font color that they like to use. So I'm wondering what they've got planned, and also how long are we going to have to wait for more sleep style decks goals, because it seems like it would be tied to the sleep style decks, given that that's when it was mentioned. It was like, hey, I'm going to work on this handy item and see if I can't remember if he said if I'm going to find it or if I'm going to invent it, but he said something about a handy item that would be, seemingly would be available later on once we get to other sleep style decks goals. So that'll be interesting. The speculation has already started, and I don't know what it could be, but maybe, I think the one speculation I saw was a handy incense. Maybe an incense where you can choose. Oh, wow. Screen completely blacked out. Maybe an incense where you can actually choose which Pokemon you want to use it on. That would be kind of cool. But I feel like it'd be very limited availability, so we wouldn't be able to use it that often. But it would be nice. But, I mean, all we got for now is speculation. Let me know what you think, what you're thinking that could be in the comments below. For now, let's move on, see if he says anything else. Well, look at this. Great job. You've now registered 390 sleep styles in your sleep style decks. That certainly deserves a reward. So here, a main skill seed from me to you. Nice. Calling that out. You've probably noticed by now that each of your Pokemon has a special ability called a main skill. With a main skill seed, you can raise the level of that main skill by 1. Did we really need an explanation this far into the game? The effect of your Pokemon's main skill increases greatly when you level that skill up. Here, something to help as you work towards future sleep style decks goals. I'll get going on setting up another new area for when you reach that goal. So keep up the good work on that sleep research. Yeesh. So, I don't know. Nothing really new other than, oh, I'm working on a new area, which, I mean, we knew was coming eventually. So, nothing new there, but the handy item, that's the big question. No new news. Somehow got a medal. What did I get a medal for? For getting basic 3. We just earned that medal too. Getting basic 3 on the old gold power plant for 1 small handy candy. You know what? I'll take it. Again, we're just doing sneaky snacking, not really trying to do anything crazy. So, not bad. And then for our community reports, we've got 43 of them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 that doubled up. Very good. Very good. No level ups today, though, but that's okay. There is one thing I am going to try to do, probably only once or twice. I do want to see. I was kind of fortunate enough to get the salads. I don't want to make any of our old salads. I want to see. Cross chop salad is the one we might have enough to make, and I just want to do it the one time just to get some XP on it in case we get salads again next week. So let's see, it's 20 eggs, 15 sausage. I put too much. We're just gonna put the base amount. I don't have the tomatoes that we need. Okay, well, never mind. I also don't have the corn we need, so can't do this, unfortunately. I wanted to get it just to get some XP on it, but don't have the ingredients we need. And with us doing the overstacking and sneaky snacking, there is no way for me to get those ingredients unless I just use this brand new feature where we can use multiple ingredient tickets at once and I can get what we need. Kind of a good use of ingredient tickets for me because I really don't like using them as a last-ditch effort to get what we need. But we can use 5 of them, and let's see. So we need tomatoes and corn. Come on. We didn't get any of what we needed at all. I do like this, though. This is a good feature where we can use multiples at once. Like it. Let's just use the medium. Let's see if we get it. Tomatoes and corn. Still, neither of them. Didn't get either of them. And that's exactly why I don't like using ingredient tickets to get what you need. It's better to just use them and just take what you get and plan around it rather than try to use them to make up what you're lacking. Unless you're starting off and you only have a few ingredients unlocked and you're almost certainly going to get what you need, then they're a good idea. But once you've unlocked more and more ingredients, it just gets less and less reliable to the point where if you've got everything unlocked, completely unreliable. You saw I just got 80 ingredients and not a single one of them was the 2 that I was looking for. So that's why we don't rely on them, but it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it. So we're just going to make our little 1 sausage breakfast and yeah, we'll be done with it. I know I said Snorlax was on a diet. I was trying to give him a salad to help with that diet, but no luck. So just the 1 sausage, get a mixed salad, and we'll be done with it. All right. Not extra tasty this time around. That's okay. We are slowly just chilling out here. I really don't care what we get to in the final strength, but it's going to be very interesting. Let's see. Now that we're here, let's take a look. So to get to Master 1 is what we need for the event missions. 1,038,306 strength required to get to Master 1. It's a long way to go. However, I haven't even been here a full 24 hours, and on sneaky snacking alone, I've made it to 55,000. Well, sneaky snacking in two meals that were just 1 sausage each, basically 55,000. So I'm feeling pretty confident that we can get pretty far once we actually start making the mishes. Wow. Dishes. Once we start making dishes, my brain mixed up meals and dishes. Wow. Anyway, I'm feeling pretty confident that we can get pretty far. I don't know if we'll be able to get to Master 1. 1 million is a long ways away, and this island is not easy. The recommended RP, if I remember correctly, for Old Gold Power Plant is 15,000. Yes, 15,000 is the recommended RP. I don't know that I have a team that can even break 15,000 if I tried. I think the furthest I've gotten is like 14,000 before. I might be able to get 15,000, but it would just be a random team that would not be the best. So I don't know. We're definitely going to find out. We will have the 5% bonus on week 1 since we're here now. But I don't know. I'm fairly confident. I don't think it's impossible, but I'm just not sure. For now, we're going to go to the exchange. We're going to look at picking up that easy travel ticket. Make sure that we buy this every month. You want to pick this up every month just so you have a good stock of easy travel tickets for whenever you need them, particularly when events come around and you want to re-roll the dish that you've got for the week, or if you're trying to get a random set of berries and you want to try to get a more favorable set, you can use them for that as well, or just use them to switch islands in the middle of the week when a new island comes out, like right now. So you can do that as well. For now, I'm going to hold off on buying anything else. I kind of want to let the stockpile a little bit before we use them, and we'll kind of figure out what we want to do once it gets closer to the start of the event. But for now, there's not really much else that we can do. Actually, I mean, it's going to be impossible for us to do right now, given what we're doing, but I could have got an Aeron incense, which is making the Aeron incense in the bundles look less appetizing. So yeah, before I go off on how much I didn't like those bundles from yesterday again, let's just move on. But we are very close. I think we'll get the mission complete for giving Snorlax the berries. The cooking should be done. Going to bed on time should be done. Befriending 10 Pokemon, probably not going to happen at this point. We do need to use some candies. So we need to figure out who we want to use candies on without using too many dream shards. But now for the sad part. Speaking of dream shards and using them, we do have pod expansions. And they're going to be painful. The first one's not that bad, 190k. It's painful, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. That does leave us with 296k left, so that's okay. We got one pod expansion. We got 3 more. 260, we have enough. We have enough. It doesn't leave us with much, but we have enough. Puts us at 63. Let's see, with 63 at that point, that is making enough space to make pretty much every dish except for the like 2 powerhouse dishes in every category. No, for desserts we still can't make tea time corn scones. Okay, but we're getting close. If I could do one more. How much does it cost for one more? 340. We're going to be a little strategic here. I do have dream clusters I could use to get 340. That's a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. I was expecting this third one to be closer to 450. So it's a lot cheaper than I thought it was going to be. However, still expensive. I have enough. I have a nice amount of dream shards that I could probably get at least one. But at this point, it doesn't make sense. Let me let you see what I'm looking at here. So for curries, there's nothing that getting to 69 pot space would allow me to cook that I can't already do. Outside of the 2 powerhouse dishes, the most pot space required is only 55. So I don't have to get to 69 right now. Kind of a similar story with salads. Green grass salad is 62. We're currently at 63. So we have the space to make this if we wanted. But getting a higher pot space wouldn't do us any good because we still wouldn't be able to make Defiant coffee dress salad. So there's no point in rushing right now other than to say we did. Desserts and drinks, similar story. Even if we got one more, which I think is all the dream clusters I would have enough for, I don't think, because when I did the math the other day, it only got me about 200 and 80, I don't know, somewhere just shy of 300,000 dream shards, which actually using all of these may not even get me to what I need. I know I've gotten a few more dream clusters since then, but I don't think it would be enough to make up that difference. So we may not even get enough to get to 66, but 66 still wouldn't let us make tea time corn scones. So even if we expanded right now, it wouldn't do us any good. So I think we wait until we get to level 60, then use the dream clusters and try to get enough dream shards to expand to hopefully max the pot capacity, but it's going to be a hot minute before we get there. And on top of that, we still have to figure out who we're going to use some candies on, because we got to use about 200 candies. So we're kind of in a tight spot right now. I mean, we did at least expand the pot a little bit to 63, so that lets us make the green grass salad without a pot expansion, so that's good. I don't know how effectively we can gather these ingredients. Maybe with the hybrid victory bell we might be able to pull this off. 14 tomatoes and 9 potatoes, or maybe swapping the 2 victory bells in and out as needed. Then using beware and toxicroak would be a problem. Toxicroak doesn't bring us the oil we need, so we need a better oil gatherer. But yeah, for now, that's kind of where we're at. So we're gonna hold off. We're gonna hold off until we're level 60, then use the dream clusters, try to expand the pot then, and move forward from there. But that that kind of leaves us just chilling out here at the old gold power plant, hanging out, having a good time. Hoping Raikou triggers a few more times. That would be great. Come on, buddy. I know I just got a main skill seed, but I don't want to use them on you. I feel like there's somebody better out there. Maybe this guy right here. Maybe. But yeah. For now, we're just kind of waiting and seeing how things go. But that's where I'm going to leave it for today. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, Waite, Husky Star, and Jassy. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join button right next to the subscribe button. And while you're down there, click the link to the Discord. Come and join us and talk about Pokemon Sleep. Other than that, y'all have a good night. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 5 here on the Old Gold Power Plant. I have an announcement to make. I have done a lot of thinking about this over the past month or so, and this is something that has been requested for a while from several people, and I've always gone back and forth on it, but I finally decided that today is the day, and now is the time for me to get 33,904 sneaky snacking and a small ingredient ticket, as well as apparently a rank up, all interrupting my announcement. I should have known about the first couple, but you know, this one, basic 5. We finally made it to basic 5 on the Old Gold Power Plant. It took us forever, but anyway, it was finally time to get a premium pass and collect 200 sleep points. As you may remember, if you've been around long enough, we did do our premium pass trial back at the beginning of the year. I forget, I think it was January we did it, ringing in the new year. And yeah, so finally decided it was time, got the premium pass. I think it's gonna help with my game specifically quite a bit. Part of this is to see just exactly how much of a difference it makes. And part of it is to support the developers. They do make this game, have been making content on it for a year. Might as well. It's about time. You know, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of comments that are saying, yeah, it's about time. And you're kind of right. But here we are. And now we can jump in and see what all we can do with these sleep points, because we now have access to the premium exchange, which means we get some cheaper Poke Biscuits. So we can buy those. We can buy some great biscuits. Of course, the main things we're going to buy that we always need to make sure we get, going to be these sub-skill seeds and the main skill seeds. They are very valuable and going to be very useful. The rest will be nice to buy, but I'm going to save most of it until the end of the month. But for now, we're just gonna chill out. I've got a decent amount of Poke Biscuits. I don't want to buy too many yet. I don't want to completely deplete my sleep point supply just yet. So we're gonna hold off. I'm still undecided if I want to go ahead and buy the Master Biscuit now for the event or wait until it's over. So that's one of the reasons why I kind of want to hold off and not get it just yet. But for now, that's where we're going to sit. We're going to leave things as they are, and we're going to pick up our daily lottery, which is hopefully, well, a small dream cluster is going to be very nice considering how many dream shards we need now that we know how many we need to expand the pot. But let's go ahead and jump into our usual chain of events and jump into the sleep report and see if we got anything interesting. I'm hoping to see one of the new Pokemon today. Hoping. Maybe it'll be my reward for Premium Pass, but we'll see. I'm definitely, 10.5 hours of sleep. Went to bed a little early last night. Looks like definitely a dozing with 18%. Yeah, that was without question. So that means that we are going to have a chance for dozing is, it's Shinx or Grubbin. I can't remember which one. Only 4 spawns though. 9.2 million drowsy power and only 4 spawns. One of them's a 3-star though, surprisingly. Very surprising. Shuppet. Ghastly. All right. Did we get one of the new ones though? That's what we really want. Did we get a new Pokemon? We didn't. All 4 are ones that we had already. The 3-star was the Ghastly, the tongue out sleep. Yeah. All right. So let's move on then. I do need a better Shuppet, so I wouldn't mind catching one of those. I can catch one of them, but I do have the Premium Biscuit now too, so that will make catching Pokemon a lot easier. You know, it honestly kind of feels like a waste now to use it on Shuppet. Funny enough, it does feel kind of like a waste. We're going to catch 2 Pokemon today. We're going to feed Shuppet just 2 regular biscuits, and we're going to catch it that way. And then we're going to do something else. I just talked about how I didn't want to use too many biscuits, and here I am using, of course, using all the biscuits. All right, well, we caught Shuppet. Let's go ahead and feed Ghastly the 1 biscuit. See how it goes. Cool, that's fine. And then now we feed him the Premium Biscuit and we take it home. I think that's going to be one of the biggest changes for me with getting the Premium Pass, is being able to catch Pokemon a lot more easily. Of course, why? Both of them, big hits when I don't need it. Anyway, I think that's going to be the biggest change, is being able to catch Pokemon more frequently, which means we have more attempts to get a good one. So hopefully it works out that way. I'm going to send out some Sprigatito candy. Shuppet is the best Ghost Berry specialist, but on this island, Raichu is going to be king. So I don't really think it's super helpful. I think Sprigatito bringing in ingredients is probably going to be more helpful than Shuppet or Banette. But we're going to send out Sprigatito candy. But again, like I said, more rolls to get better Pokemon is going to be the biggest thing. I think we're going to see a difference here. So the biggest difference I think we're going to see here. Geez, words, get them together. 395 Research XP and 1,085 Dream Shards. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right, so first up, we got Shuppet, that adorable guy. Level 14 and Naive, which is going to be not BFS, unfortunately. But we did get all of the ingredients with energy recovery bonus. It's okay. Inventory up M, meh. Skill level up S. Where's it at? Oh, I didn't realize. I thought S was over here on the right side. Inventory up S and helping speed S. Not great stuff. Not great. Yeah, naive nature also not great. XP gains up. I mean, it's kind of nice, but not really super helpful. This one, definitely not the one we're looking for. Yeah, definitely not. Not even a little bit. This is way worse. This is almost as bad as our shiny Shuppet. Yikes. Okay, well, that's bad. That's super bad. Well, I think we can move on. We already know we're sending this one to the professor. There's no salvaging this. We're gonna move on. We're gonna go to Ghastly. We're gonna move on to Ghastly, and we're gonna see what we get there. Sorry, guy. You get to go back and live with the professor. You, however, level 15 and mild. Ooh, mild I feel like is one I don't see that often. Ooh, that ingredient spread is not great. Not great at all. Maybe. With the new recipes, maybe. And with future recipes, it could be. Of course, you have helping bonus. Helping bonus, skill trigger, helping speed. You are kind of okay. Inventory up. I mean, yeah, you're pretty decent. Mild. Pretty decent, but the problem is it's just not focused at all. And that's the problem. It's really good for what it is. It would take some sub-skill seed investment to make it better and really usable, and the ingredient spread is kind of all over the place, and I don't really like that right now. I'm not really the biggest fan of this particular ABC combination. I feel like the combo I would want with a Ghastly would be AAB. AAC could be really good. But ABC, not so much. Especially when I have to invest so much into it just to get it even better. Because this says 93. This is just helping bonus being overrated again. 93, maybe, but that would be, I would say this would be like a 95 if it was helping speed M, ingredient finder M, inventory up L, then it would be like 95 plus. But as it stands right now, not so much. You always gotta take the ratings with a grain of salt whenever helping bonus is involved. Helping bonus, I feel like, gets way too overrated and should really be taken into isolation. I don't think you should apply a huge what's the word, benefit to helping bonus, because yes, it will help the entire team and that's great, but you really need to know how it affects this one Pokemon specifically. With a 5% speed buff, how much better is this Pokemon? Don't imagine a 25% speed buff to like simulate applying to the entire team. Only look at this Pokemon specifically with the 5% buff. I think that's really how they should handle helping bonus. And unfortunately, that's not how they do it. So, like I said, you got to take that with a grain of salt when you're looking at a helping bonus calculation. I don't think this is as good as it says. I think this is a pretty decent one, but I'd say around 75, 80 PR in my opinion. I mean, the nature is actually helping quite a lot too. So I don't know how many points per se helping bonus is giving this Ghastly, but I definitely don't think it's a 93 PR. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to hold on to this one for a minute. I kind of feel like I just want to get rid of it though. I don't think I really want it, but I'm going to hold on to it for a little bit, think on it a bit, and we're going to move on. I'll let that calculation finish just out of curiosity, but we're going to move on to hopefully bigger and better things. Another 812 sneaky snacking, more candy from our boy Walrein. And did we get a skill trigger? No. Also, I only had the one skill trigger in yesterday's video, not a single skill trigger from Raikou. He's actually letting me down quite substantially this week. Maybe that means we'll get two, but we do have new news. Hey, we got new news. We got bundles. We've got, ooh, that good sleep day news looks kind of interesting. Okay, well, let's check out the bundles first. To accompany the Good Sleep Day event beginning on Wednesday, October 16th at 4 a.m., Good Sleep Day Bundle Volume 15 will be available, and it's packed with items to boost the effects of the event. The availability period will be October 14th, 11 p.m. until October 19th at 11 p.m. The bundle contents, 1,500 diamonds as always for the Good Sleep Day bundles, 2 growth incense, 2 luck incense, 2 focus incense, and 9 great biscuits. I believe that is about the same as always. I don't think anything has changed. So my summation of it is pretty much the same, that if you've got the diamonds, it's not bad because those are some rarer incense that we don't get all that often. And really, you're getting the incense for free because it would cost you 1,800 diamonds to get the great biscuits. So you're getting a discount on the great biscuits and all the incense for free. It's not bad if you got the diamonds, but it is a lot of diamonds to spend. So if you got the diamonds and you want to get it, go for it. If not, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I always kind of hope that they're going to change up these Good Sleep Day bundles, but at the same time, I kind of like the consistency because you know what you're going to get once a month. Yeah, final PR 93 on that Ghastly. Yeah, we'll talk about that one later. All right. So, Good Sleep Day bundle's not bad. Let's see what this new Good Sleep Day is. Rest your very best on the night of the full moon. This event is held once a month for a total of 3 days on the day of the full moon and the days before and after it, and provides a boost to drowsy power. And starting with this month's Good Sleep Day, Pokemon Sleep Styles you haven't registered to your Sleep Style decks will be more likely to appear during this event. Nice. So they're bringing in a bit of the Sleep Style Discovery event and rolling that into Good Sleep Day. I feel like that's a good change. I think that's probably something they should have done earlier, but especially now as we're getting newer players and the players that have been playing since the beginning are getting further and further ahead of new players. I like these little ways for the newer players to catch up to the rest of us. I like it. Even though this is a long-term game, this is a marathon, not a sprint. I do like that newer players will not constantly feel like they are just so far behind. That's a good thing. Let's try to get lots of good sleep during this time and research loads of Pokemon Sleep Styles. The event also includes bonus sleep points and bonuses to Pokemon Sleep XP gains. We hope you're looking forward to the event, which is October 16th at 4 a.m. until October 19th at 4 a.m. The date of the full moon is Thursday, October 17th. The event is on all areas, so if you're going to be at OGPP for the event, because this does coincide with week 2 of the OGPP debut event, you will still get bonuses. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter where you're going to be. So we're good there. The following bonuses will trigger when you conduct sleep research. October 16th through 18th, Pokemon sleep styles that you haven't discovered yet are more likely to appear. So that's a good new change. Like I said before, that will be on all days. Makes sense. The night of the full moon, October 17th, we will get double drowsy power. Your Pokemon will get 3 times the amount of Pokemon Sleep XP, and if you use a growth incense, you actually get times 6. And that stacks with Pokemon that have Sleep XP bonus as well. So you can put together a team and get a lot of good XP, specifically the night of the full moon. And we'll also get 1,000 bonus sleep points before I forget that. On the other days, October 16th and 18th, we get 1.5 times drowsy power, double Pokemon Sleep XP, so not quite as powerful as the times 3. So if you only got 1 growth incense, make sure to use it on October 17th, not 16th or 18th. And we're also going to get 500 bonus sleep points. Speaking of incense, though, it's a good time to use pretty much any of the incense. A friend incense because of the extra drowsy power, luck incense because of the extra drowsy power. You're going to get some higher sleep styles, so you're going to get some extra dream shards. Luck incense doubles up those dream shards if you still need them, so that's good too. And the focus incense, if you really need to climb through some ranks really quickly, that's a good time to do it, especially if you're at a high rank on the island on the day of the 17th. That's a really good time to use it. So if you got those incense, any of them are really good. It just really depends on what your goal is. So make sure to hold on to them and use them during Good Sleep Day. I typically don't use those incense outside of Good Sleep Day or other very good events. Moving on, the Pokemon you can encounter in each area. For the night of the full moon, we have a much greater appearance rate of Clefairy, Clefable, and Cleffa, as always. And on the other days, a greater appearance rate of Clefairy, Clefable, and Cleffa, as always. So that is not new. But since since things are changing, kind of wanted to go over it for everybody, especially for the newer players that are just joining us. And maybe this is your first Good Sleep Day. If it is, let me know. I'm kind of curious how many new players are here. But it looks like the rest of the details is just information that we have already had before. So we're not going to go over that. Yes, nothing is new outside of the new sleep styles, but that's not even in the notes. So cool. Good Sleep Day, getting a nice little change. Very good. Very good. I also have a gift to collect. This is for becoming a premium pass. This is my monthly gift that I should get every month on the 3rd. I do get a free good camp ticket every month, so that'll be good to help stock up on those and use them for the events whenever I want to. Some events we probably won't. I typically don't use a good camp ticket on every event, let alone both weeks of every event if we have them. It's just not really worth it sometimes. And I like to save them for where they're going to be more effective. We're also going to get a 1,000 sleep points. I did forget about this when I was spending my sleep points earlier. We get 1,000 sleep points every month. Very nice. That will help on top of the extra 100 sleep points that I get every day. So it will help. Interested to see just how much of a difference it's going to make, but I think it will help pretty substantially. For now, let's jump into, oh, wow, that was weird. The player icons did not load up. Very strange. Anyway, we got 45 community reports. Oh, because I've got a weird sneaky snacking. I think I just got so distracted that I forgot to even count how many doubled up. I'm so confused. So it wasn't the player profile icons that didn't load up. It was my Pokemon images that didn't load up for the sneaky snacking. Well, I didn't count how many doubled up, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be somewhere between 25 and 30% because that's about typical. That seems to be where the odds have landed. So let's go ahead and move on. It is a little bit late to make breakfast, but that's okay. We haven't really been worried about meals this week. Somebody mentioned in the comments of the live stream yesterday, thank you Ace for this idea, that they were just making lower level recipes just to get some XP on them so that it makes the grind to level them up later on not as intense. It's not going to be much, but it does add up when you're doing these little small weeks where you're just making 21 or however many of a low tier dish. So even though it's only going to be about 4,000, no, not even 4,000, 1,271. I forgot I'm on an island with no bonus. 1,271, it does add up. It's just that much less you have to do later on. And, you know, by the time we actually get to the point of leveling all the dishes to fit to max, we may have done this 20 times by then. So it all helps. It all adds up in the long run. I would say let's check. I mean, we might as well check out the progress report on Raichu. I mean, Raikou hasn't triggered since yesterday, so it won't be any different. But just in case you missed yesterday's video, that's what Raichu's inventory is looking like. And Walrein is looking pretty good too. Unfortunately, no ingredient magnet there, so I can always check these two and see what their inventory looks like. Both of them look very good. Walrein is just unfortunate that it doesn't have a favored berry, but helping bonus and sleep XP bonus to kind of help me get a little bit more XP on this team throughout the week. So that's why Walrein is here. Plus, I think he's like my 3rd best just neutral berry gatherer in general. So very good anyway. We did get or give Snorlax 1,879 of his favored berries for another 1,670 dream shards, which we desperately need. Unfortunately, not going to get to Master 3, and I was really hoping to get one of those new Pokemon today. I'm hoping to get one of the new Pokemon that I can use some of these candies on for this mission to get those diamonds, so that's why I'm holding off. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm going to wait until Sunday. Hopefully we can see at least one of the new ones. I would like to catch, I haven't even looked at their ingredients yet. I know they're out, but I thought we would have seen one so we could check them for ourselves. But I think we'll talk about that tomorrow in tomorrow's video. I am kind of up against the clock today, so I can't hang out too long. But I think we'll talk about that tomorrow since I haven't really caught one yet, and I was hoping we would have. I'm sure most people know it by now, but I'm curious what they are so I can kind of see what I really want to go after. But for now, that is where we're going to leave it. At Basic 5, we're doing so great. So great. We're at Basic 5, but that's fine. We'll end up with 5% bonus, area bonus for OGPP so that we can start the event off strong, and hopefully Raikou gets his act together and gives me some skill triggers because I desperately need them. Anyway, that is where I'm going to leave it for today. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, Husky Star, and Jassy. thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join button right next to the subscribe button. And while you're there, click on the link to the Discord in the description box. Come join us, talk about Pokemon Sleep. And other than that, y'all have a good night. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 6 here on Old Gold Power Plant, and it's day 2 of our premium pass, and we're going to start off with 10 diamonds as a reward, so very nice for going to bed on time. And we're going to get 28,324 sneaky snacking. Very nice. Raichu putting in some serious work, even on Old Gold Power Plant with 0% area bonus. 15,000 sneaky snacking overnight is very nice. Well, that's good. We need to keep that in mind that things are going well. Let's collect those 2 candies and our 200 sleep points. So we've got grand total now of 4,261. And then for our daily lottery, we can pick up hopefully some biscuits, some diamonds, a small ingredient ticket's okay too. You know, it is what it is. Nothing we can do about it except be happy that we got something. The daily lottery is nice as always. But that out of the way, let's jump into this sleep report and see if we can get one of the new Pokemon. It would be very nice if we could get it to happen. Just one. I just want any of them at this point. I expect that we'll get all of them throughout the event, but I kind of want to get a jump start. I'm here. Why not? You know, we are at great something. I haven't even been paying attention to the rank, to be honest with you. And that's definitely a dozing type. 25%. Yikes. Well, we are definitely skewing ourselves away from dozing the more and more we get this high dozing sleep. So that's kind of good, kind of bad. It'll be good if we catch a good version of one of the new Pokemon. I always forget which one is on dozing. Cannot think of it for some reason. But I see that we've got a Haunter, a Shuppet, looks like an Arbok. Ekans, Arbok. Oh, we did have 5 spawns, so we've got 1 new sleep style. Maybe it's the new Pokemon. Let's see. It is Grubbin. You beautiful, adorable little guy. The stretch sleep. Oh, there we go. Well, we know what we're catching today. All right. So we got the dozing type, the Grubbin. It uses its large mandibles to dig into the ground and build a nest. Perhaps the dirt it works up is fluffy and uncomfortable. It has been found sleeping while nestled in this dirt. He's so cute. I like the Grubbins. All right. Now who's hungry? No one's hungry, of course. Can't just make me happy. All right, we're gonna feed him the premium biscuit. With any luck, it'll get a big hit. No, it didn't. Just the +4. That's all right. We're gonna take it home. We already know this is what we want. This is what we were saving Poke Biscuits for. Was for these new Pokemon. So happy to take it home. The rest, I wouldn't mind catching another Shuppet. Like I said yesterday, we do need a better one, but not really wanting to spend regular biscuits on it. So we'll just go ahead and be happy with our new boy Grubbin, and we'll move on. So let's see how the rest went. We're of course going to send out the Grubbin candy because that's the new Pokemon. We send out the new Pokemon candy just to make sure everybody's got a good amount. And hopefully this will be a good Grubbin. I see. We actually have coffee on all 3 of these potentially. So we've got 740 research XP and 1,823 dream shards. Very good. Now, if we can get a AAA Grubbin, that would be fantastic. A fantastic starter. Or even an AA C, probably. Maybe. I don't know. AAC might actually be pretty good. Let's see. We got a level 14 in mild. Oh, I don't remember if mild was good or not for ingredients. It's ABB. That is slightly unfortunate, but then again, I never did catch a good Wooper, so or no, I caught an okay one. I didn't catch one I liked enough to invest in, so maybe this could be our mushroom guy. Maybe. So we've got skill trigger S, inventory up S, which skill trigger is charge strength, so that one's all right. Inventory up S is pretty good. Helping speed S is good. Research XP bonus, we don't have any ingredient finder. We do have berry finding at 100, so that's something. Oh yeah, mild is pretty decent. It's not the best ingredient finding nature, but it's not bad. Energy recovery down, kind of not great, but with a Gardevoir on the team, or a healer on the team that's going to trigger often enough to balance that out, it's not really that big a deal. So we could definitely do better there. Unfortunately, this is ABB. So let's see. Let's just do a regular ingredient strength. That is still rated pretty highly. Kind of thought it'd go up a little bit more there with the helping speed, but I guess not. Kind of surprising. I mean, yeah, I do expect it to go down at the higher levels, but still not bad for our first catch. Not great. Again, really looking for that AAA so that we can get as much coffee as possible. Mushroom, we're not really super worried about. But to be honest with you, I don't even know if this is the best of the three when it comes to coffee. I had planned on us looking at the ingredients for the new Pokemon today, and I just got very surprised with how far down it's going at level 100 for that BFS. It is getting a huge hit, but it's picking up, so maybe not that bad. But yeah, I had planned on us looking at it today, and here we are looking at one of them already. So we can go ahead and check out Grubbin, and then we can look at the other two a little bit later. But AAA is definitely going to be the way to go. We're going to be looking for that rousing coffee beans. Still don't know why it's called rousing coffee when it's very clearly coffee beans, but okay, sure. But an AAB or an AAC could be a pretty good combo. There were a couple of dishes that used those. I'm trying to think of them off the top of my head. I think both were used in combination with coffee beans in one recipe or another. So both could be pretty good, AAB or C. But of course, AAA is always good, just to make sure you've got plenty of one particular ingredient. Looks like this Grubbin is going to settle out around 68 PR. Somewhere around there. This one actually is pretty good. Low chances to catch a better one are in the early levels, so that's pretty decent. It's one of those Pokemon that it could serve us well, but while we hunt for a better one, but with the ingredient spread, not really quite what we're looking for. I am gonna save it just because we may use it for mushrooms down the road, since like I said, we haven't really caught as good of a whooper as I would like, so we might use it for mushrooms. But for now, it is just gonna settle out. Yeah, 68 PR. So let's see, we've got, that is gonna be I 68. It is AB squared with BFS. All right. Cool. Job done. Not a bad grubbin for our first one. I wish it would have been better, because I would love to just start investing in it now. But it is what it is. So let's go ahead and move on. We have another 500 sneaky snacking. And, oh, we got a medal. Thought we had some new news again already. Nope, just a medal. What did we get? Get to Grade 1 at the Old Gold Power Plant. Oh man, we are just cruising through the ranks, aren't we? With one Pokebiscuit. Nice, very good reward. You know what? I'll take a Pokebiscuit. I'm being sarcastic, but I do actually really appreciate the biscuit, especially since we just used one. It's nice to get it right back. So we've got 41 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wow. What is that? Only 8? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, only 8 that doubled up. That is the lowest I've seen in a long time. Wow. Okay, cool. All right, well, no level ups. Let's go ahead and back it up. Raiko, you gonna be kind to us today? I did end up getting 2 skill triggers, barely. I got 1 skill trigger right before bed last night, So let's see how we're going to start today, you know, with our floating Raikou, because the shadows aren't lined up properly. You'd think they would have fixed it by now with all their adjusted text and alignments and everything, but here we are. Anyway, we did get at least one skill trigger, so that's pretty good. Not bad at all, buddy. Let's go ahead and collect all those and hopefully get some more, and we can get a progress report. Let's see how Raichu's looking. That's a lot of apples. Still going. Hey, Raichu's looking pretty good, pretty stacked. I don't know if there's a way that we can check what they have in their inventory currently. Is that possible? If so, it would be from here, I would think. No, just says 32 carry limit. Doesn't tell me how many he has. Kind of unfortunate. I wish there was a way to see exactly how much he had, but it is what it is. Also, something I should be doing earlier in the day. I've been doing this around midday. Really doesn't make sense. Makes sense to do it now. Let's go ahead and give Raikou an energy pillow and put him at 137% energy. So hopefully we get more triggers. It'd be nice if we could get 3 a day instead. A little late to really make a big difference, but I need to get in that habit. So we need to start doing that now. All right, well, so far, team's looking pretty good. Let's go ahead and make a breakfast. We're gonna make, you know what? I think we got plenty of apples coming from our Raichu here in a bit. So let's just go ahead and make the fancy apple salad. Extra tasty? No. Seems like if there are boosted extra tasty chances for small ingredient dishes, it's gonna be just for one. And that's about it. For some reason, one ingredient meals gave me like a 50-50 extra tasty results. So if that's a thing, it's only when you're using one or maybe two. I don't think it's when you just make the 8. Or maybe it's a mixed salad thing. Like if you make a mixed dish, maybe it has a higher extra tasty chance because it doesn't have a dish bonus. But I don't know. I don't know if anybody would have looked into that, because why would you make a mixed meal when you can make a better one? So I don't know if anybody's ever looked into it, but maybe, wild speculation, probably not true, but maybe. We did make it to grade 2 at least, so we got a mission complete. So that is good. Let's go ahead and check on that mission. We went to bed on time 5 times. So we got our 15 diamonds. And then oh, we already collected the grade 2 mission, so that's weird. I mean, Pokemon Sleep is Pokemon Sleep, I guess, but strange. I don't think I've ever seen it pop up a day later. What rank did we actually just get to? Grade 2. Oh, no. I remember. It's because I got to grade 2 on Cyan Beach before we transferred over and the mission didn't carry over. That's why. I remember. I just had a smooth brain moment for a bit, but I remembered. Anyway, all that done and out of the way. It is weird, though, that it popped up saying that we just completed it. A slight oversight, I guess. But anyway, now that we have done all of our normal housekeeping stuff, let's go ahead and look at these Pokemon and their ingredients. And we're going to start with the one that we already looked at, because this one will go pretty quick. I just want to double check the ingredient rate. So it is 19.4% ingredient rate with a 5% skill trigger rate. That's actually pretty high for skill triggers. Usually skill triggers, I think, are closer to the 3% range. I think the highest in the game is Umbreon at around like a 7%. If I'm remembering correctly. So 5% trigger rate is actually pretty good, which means charge strength on Vikavolt actually could be something you kind of want to trigger, and you may be worth investing some main skill seeds into. Not too many. I don't know that you really want to max it out necessarily, unless you just have a ton of extra main skill seeds lying around, in which case, if you do, send some my way. But might actually be viable to where skill level up sub skill is not the worst thing to get on a Grubbin. So not bad. 19.4% ingredient rate is actually a little bit low. let's go double check Gengar. Let's see, because he's got one of the lowest in the game, notoriously. So let's see how Gengar's looking. 16.1. So yeah, not quite as low as Gengar, but it is kind of low. So looks like it's more focused, even though it does bring in ingredients more often than a berry specialist. It looks like it is more focused on the skill as well, with that somewhat higher skill trigger rate. So pretty good. Could be a solid all-rounder. At this point, with the ingredient rate being at 19.4, definitely leaning more towards the AAA on this one, but I still think once you get to level 60, could be served very well by that AAB or AAC combo. So could be very good. So that's what I will be looking for grubbing. So not bad. Let's move on to Aggron, one of my favorite steel types. I just love all three of these Pokemon. They're some of my favorites in their respective types. So this was just a huge win for me. Anyway, Aggron, 28.5% ingredient finding rate with a 5.2 skill trigger rate. So pretty much, actually just slightly higher skill trigger rate than Vikavolt with charge energy, which is very good. Charge energy is good, especially on those days where your healer is slacking, because it does happen. With a 28.5% ingredient finding rate. That's one of the highest in the game. I don't think it's quite the highest in the game, but it is one of the highest for sure. So definitely going to be the one we're looking for. The downside is its ingredient spread, not the best. This could potentially outpace Charizard as a sausage gatherer if you get AAA. If you want it for the coffee, ABB, definitely going to be the way to go. Could also outpace a Vikavolt at that point. A AAA Vikavolt may be outpaced by an ABB Aggron. Kind of interesting. I didn't expect that to happen. Really, what I didn't expect to happen was for any of them to have coffee at level 1. So I'm getting surprised, but pleasantly surprised by these changes. Especially these skill trigger rates. I like these higher skill trigger rates. Yeah, this one's gonna be kind of interesting. I don't think I would mind. While we're at it, let's go ahead and double check Charizard. Let's see what his ingredient finding rate for sausage is. 22.4. So yeah, it should, as long as there's not too much of a difference between their base frequency, about 10 minutes. But once you add the bonuses for the high energy levels, probably not going to be much of a difference. But with the pretty significantly higher ingredient finding rate, I imagine Aggron will at the very least, it will keep pace with Charizard on sausage, potentially outpace Charizard on sausage. And then that's, of course, assuming all the subskills and natures are the exact same. Depending on what you catch, Aggron may far outshine your Charizard or vice versa. So keep that in mind. But all else equal, Aggron could potentially outpace Charizard for sausage. So that'll be an interesting one. I wouldn't mind finding a AAA. But definitely ABB is something I'm looking for, especially with that high ingredient finding rate. ABB is very reliable. Soybeans, I don't know if we're looking for an AAC or an ABC. I don't know if we want soybeans on Aggron. It could be good with that high ingredient finding rate, but you're waiting until level 60 to get soybeans, so I don't know that we care about soybeans. I think for me personally, all I'm really looking for is going to be a AAA or an ABB. That's pretty much going to be it for Aggron. But the rates, the ingredient finding rate and the skill trigger rate, very good. Very good. Now I see why all the posts about people finding good Aerons and Lairons are very happy that they're finding it now that I see the rates. But let's go ahead and move on to Luxray. Let's see. Oh, it's still unsettled. Oh, that was unexpected. We do know the ingredients. Wow. Okay, so if you want coffee beans, don't try to catch a Shinx if that's all you're after. But if you want tomatoes or even oil, ooh, buddy, that's a good combo. I already have a very good AAA tomato Victory Bell. I don't know if I would want, until we see what the rates are compared between Victory Bell and Luxray. I don't know. I mean, 23.3 is pretty good. If Luxray does end up settling closer to that 20% mark, Victory Bell could outpace it. Let's see. I mean, there's only a 6-minute and 40-second difference between the two of them in frequency. So once you add their high trigger rates, or not high trigger rates, high energy bonuses, it's going to be a very minimal speed difference, especially considering Victory Bell can keep its own energy up. Luxray, however, getting cooking pot power up is very good. If it has that 5% skill trigger rate like the other two, could be very broken. Not broken. Could be very good to have it on the team for AAA tomatoes. But personally, I'm kind of looking at an AAB. Getting that, let's see. AAB, yeah, there we go. Ooh, only 34 a day at level 60. Oh, well, granted, that is with no sub skills and no natures. But that does mean we can compare the two. Let's go ahead and put Victory Bell at level 60 as well. Let's see. Let's compare. Let's go back to Luxray 68. Keep in mind this is unsettled, so this isn't exactly accurate, but it'll give us kind of an idea. 67. So about the same. There's one tomato difference with no sub skills and no natures. Wrong Pokemon. So yeah, if there's only one tomato difference, all else equal, then I don't think I will be particularly hunting for a AAA tomato Shinx. I probably won't get rid of one if I get a good one, but it's not my focus. I'm really thinking that AAB is a really good combo for some good synergy potential with some recipes. Yeah, we definitely don't want ABB because that just gives us no tomatoes. Yeah, ABA isn't good either. It's really the AAB that we're looking for. AAC, I don't remember if tomato was used in any of the new recipes with coffee beans, but I also think that the recipes used a ton of coffee beans, so I don't think we really want AAC for Luxray. I think we would prefer to rely on Vikavolt or Aggron for our coffee beans. So for me, the big one is going to be AAB and AAA. Those are going to be the ones that I'm really looking for in a Shinx. So that's kind of good. However, since I forgot that we could do this, we're going to go ahead and check it right now. I was talking about Charizard. Let's see. Let's get Charizard to level 60. AAA Sausage brings in 74. Aggron, level 60. AAA Sausage brings in 70, pretty much 77. So let's see. 74 versus 77. Yeah, it's about the same. All else equal, they're about the same. So you'll really have to just do a production comparison between your Charizard and your Aggron to see which one is going to perform better in the long run based on their particular set of skills. But does kind of outpace Charizard a little bit. At the very least, they're neck and neck, and you can just use them on their respective favorite islands or use whichever one you just think is cooler. It's up to you, but not bad at all. Let's see, ABB is going to be 46 coffee beans. It's not a lot. It's not as much as I would like at level 60. However, AAA, only 58 coffee beans. It is a lot more, though. It's 12 more, so that's pretty good. Pretty good. So I think with that in mind, I think I have my high priorities on what I'm looking for. So for coffee beans, definitely going to be looking for a Grubbin with AAA. I wouldn't mind AAC with the coffee bean honey. That does give a decent amount of honey and somewhat decent amount of coffee beans, but probably not as much as I would like, to be honest with you. So I'm definitely thinking AAA is the higher priority out of the two, but I wouldn't be upset if I got AAC. We got ABB. I prefer AAB because then it's an even amount of both, which is going to make more sense typically. But probably my least out of the three that I would be looking for with grubbin, probably the lowest priority. I think AAA is the highest priority that I'm looking for with the grubbin. With Aeron, AAA would be good, but honestly, the more I look at this, I don't know that I really want an ABB. Like 46 coffee beans, if we get a AAA grubbin, I don't think I care for an ABB Aeron. Yeah, I don't know why I would, to be honest with you. I don't know why I would. Outside of just getting the favored berry. But ultimately, with that high of an ingredient finding rate, and preferably with ingredient finder nature and subskill, the amount of berries is going to go down. So yeah, I really don't think it's worth the ABB. I think for coffee beans, it's definitely going to be looking for that AAA grubbin. A AAA Aeron would be good. I really think that might be the only one, to be honest with you, outside of synergy stuff. I mean, AAB and AAC are always good for synergy for recipes, but the high priority here is, again, the AAA, I think. Because if you get a AAA grubbin, you don't need an ABB Aeron, you know? So yeah. Yeah, I think AAA is really the only one. The other two would be nice to have, AAB or AAC. But again, the high priority for Aeron is going to be AAA. Same with the Vikavolt AAA. And then for Luxray flips the script a little bit since it is unsettled. Let me go ahead and refresh the page. See if somehow they've settled it. Nope. Yeah, Luxray is the interesting one, the one that shakes it up. I actually think AAB is probably the high priority for me. Like I said, I don't remember if there were any dishes that had tomatoes and coffee beans. Let me double check real fast. I don't think there was. Oh no, there was. There was the Hidden Power Perk Up Stew. So that might change things a little bit. Yeah, coffee beans and honey for the early bird coffee jelly. So if you're in that range making the early bird coffee jelly, getting coffee beans and honey could be good, which was one of Vikavolt's. But if you're all the way at level 60, you're probably not making the early bird coffee jelly. So maybe not as useful yet, but in the future it could be. Tomatoes and coffee beans, let's see, you would need 48 coffee beans and 75 tomatoes in one day to make that work. And I don't know if that's possible, even with good skills. I don't know if that's possible. I mean, of course, we always want to get a AAA of every ingredient specialist just to make sure that we have good coverage. But I really like this AAB combo. Could be very good. Could be very, very good. Let's just double check real fast. Cross-reference with oil. Where's oil and tomatoes? Right there. The green grass salad, 62 ingredients. That's something you could use at level 60. I think the only thing better than that salad-wise is the Defiant Coffee Dress Salad, which can't really make unless you plan around a pot expander and or Sunday. That's the one. But pot expander here in Luxray, so maybe you could, but it would kind of go against the ingredients you're trying to get for the green grass salad. I mean, you could use it for some of these lower level salads if you're trying to just rank these up as well. A lot of salads use tomatoes and oil, actually. Makes sense. So yeah, Luxray, we are going to try to find a AAA, but I'm really interested in this AAB as well. So very interesting. Very surprising to see these ingredient spreads. Very surprised to see 5% skill trigger rate on both Vikavolt and Agron. It is very good, very welcome, but just surprised to see it. And then a 28.5% ingredient finding rate on Agron. Very good. Vikavolt, 19.4%. Not the best, but it'll get the job done for sure. Certainly better than Gengar does. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Hopefully things work out. We're going to go ahead and make lunch real fast. We'll get that out of the way and be done with it. And while we are getting this made in the background, I'm going to go ahead and say, let me know what you think about these Pokemon and their specific rates, their skill trigger rates, their ingredient rates, what ingredient spreads you're going to be looking for whenever you go to catch them. Do they differ from mine? Are they the same as my priorities when I'm going to be hunting them? Or do you think I missed something and I should be looking at them in a slightly different way? Either way, let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. And we did not get an extra tasty lunch, but I'm going to leave it at that. So that is going to be the video today. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy them. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, Husky Star, and Jassy. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join button right next to the subscribe button. And while you're down there, click the link to the Discord in the description box. Come and join us to talk about Pokemon Sleep. Other than that, y'all have a good night. There's another skill trigger. There's 2 for 1 day. Very nice. Great way to end the video. Y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 7 here on OGPP, and it's the final day before the event starts tomorrow, the debut event for the old gold power plant, and we're going to grab 15 honey just to make sure that we are in a good place, hopefully for tomorrow. I don't know. This is our last chance to really get some overstacking done and really end up in a good place. We are going to start off with 28,924 sneaky snacking. We've actually done fairly well. Getting to grade 3 on just sneaky snacking alone, plus whatever little bit we pick up from Raikou as we try to get those skill triggers for the overstacking. But we're actually doing pretty good. A lot better than I thought we would on just sneaky snacking. So that's given me some hope for getting to our mission completion goals for next week. So we'll see. But for now, we are going to grab 200 sleep points because we do have the premium pass now. Day 3 of the premium pass. So let's see what this means for me. 4,461 total sleep points. And for our daily lottery diamonds, hey, nice. 20 diamonds to go along with it. That's what I'm talking about. All right, let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and see if we get anything interesting. We do have 2 more Raikou candy. I saw that. I actually got a decent amount of Raikou candy, and it's kind of made me think about investing in him, but it's expensive, especially when we've got other things that we need to use our dream shards on. Definitely look. Oh no, I was gonna say that's definitely looking like a snoozing sleep, but with 20% dozing. Why is my dozing so bad? I feel like I got good sleep. What is happening? Anyway, that's definitely gonna be a dozing. No, it is still snoozing. 15% more snoozing than usual. Okay, well, I mean, with 18% the last couple of days, I thought 20% for sure would mean we were getting dozing again, but apparently not. Apparently not. Still only the 5 spawns though. 24.4 million. One of them in a top belly. That's interesting. 4 1-stars and 1 a top belly. So what is that going to be? One of the new ones? No, it's a Flaffy. I see a Pikachu there. What else do we got? It'd be great if we had only 2 sleep styles that we had before. We did get a new. What is this? 2 Flaffies and 2 Pikachus? What? Okay. So does that mean we got a new Pokemon today? We did get a new sleep style. Is it a new Pokemon though? Pikachu's over there. Oh, we did. There he is. That adorable little guy, Shinx. He's so cute. Dream Sprint, he's running in his sleep. Look at him. All right. So, this is obviously the first Shinx. The extension and contraction of its muscles generates electricity, even while it sleeps. It creates electricity each time it rolls over. On very rare occasions, it can be seen discharging sparks in its sleep. Nice, 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 nice. Very good, very good. All right, now hopefully this Shinx treats me better than the Grubbin did in terms of the ingredient spread. We already know the only thing I'm here to catch today. Big hit would be nice, would be helpful. so I don't have to use a Poke Biscuit. Hey, I'm just getting everything I'm asking for today so far. Oh, I just jinxed it. Why did I say that? Why did I say that? That means that this Shinx is not going to be good. Oh no, why did I say that? That was so dumb. All right, let's move on. Let's see what happens. Now I'm nervous. We're of course going to send out the Shinx candy, get people plenty of it, and we're going to see what we got. Hopefully something very nice, but first we got to see 1,551 research XP is not bad, and 2,396 dream shards, also not bad. Not bad for only a grade 2 sleep research. All right, buddy, what we got? Level 14 and quiet. Ooh, this could be good. Could be pretty good. Like I said yesterday, we do already have a really good victory bell that brings in tomatoes, but it's not a bad idea to have a AAA just to kind of swap them in and out as needed, depending on what island you're on, what you're going for exactly. Not a bad idea. So let's see if these sub skills are going to pay off. Well, we already know what one of them is. It's going to be a skill level up S. Skill trigger, which he already has a very high skill trigger rate, so making it even higher. Ingredient fighter. You know what? This is actually a pretty solid Shinx. This is not bad. Inventory up L. Skill trigger M. This is let's see what the nature. Bro, really? This is like so close to perfect. Quiet. Our Shinx hunt is almost over. Now we only need the AAB or AAC. I would love to get tomato oil, just because of, like we discussed yesterday, they are synergistic, so I wouldn't mind having it. But for what it is, this is a very good Shinx. Let's go ahead and switch that to ingredient count A for the calculation, and we're gonna see just how good this is. Not 90s, which makes sense, but I bet you ingredient finder at level 50 probably would bring it up to the 90s. It did have a fairly, oh wait, no, Shinx was the only one whose ingredient finding rate wasn't settled yet, so we do need to check that. But we can see that it jumps up to 86 at level 50 and goes even higher. Keep in mind this is for ingredient count A, so that makes sense. All the way up to 98 at level 75. Level 100, not gonna help with the ingredient finding, but honestly, getting consistent tomatoes with consistently triggered cooking power up could be very, very nice. So all this Shinx would need is 2 sub skills to bring it to its maximum potential that it could get to, and that would give a skill level up M and ingredient finder M, and then we're pretty much done investing in this Shinx, and it's like a 95. So I'm pretty happy with this one. Ingredient finder could have been a little bit earlier. I mean, to be fair, it could have been a little bit earlier. It is going to suck trying to get it to level 50 to get that ingredient finder with XP gains down, but ultimately, this is not bad. This is not bad at all. Especially if we catch it on some good sleep days and get that ×6 sleep XP, even better. But for now, we're going to let this run out. It looks like it's going to settle out around 86. While this finishes up, let me go ahead and pull up Shinx in the Pokédex, and we'll see if they have settled his ingredient finding rate yet. Let's go ahead and look at Luxray, because that's the one we're really worried about. That definitely does not look settled. 20% is their usual placeholder for unsettled, but maybe it is actually just 20%. I mean, either it is exactly 20% or it's roundabout and close enough. Skill trigger rate kind of low compared to the other two anyway that we saw yesterday, but with a powerful main skill like this one, does make sense. I know I said his skill trigger rate was high earlier a couple minutes ago, but that was me just getting confused on Grubbin and Aeron, who do have very high skill trigger rates. Luxray and Shinx kind of lower, 2.3%, but with skill trigger S and M, probably not going to make a huge difference, but will bring them up pretty substantially. So we might actually get a few skill triggers out of it, but it wouldn't be something that I put on the team to build around the cooking power up like we do with Flareon. So definitely going to be useful in the right scenario, but we'll just have to wait and see how exactly we want to use it. For now, it did settle out to a PR of 86. So No helping bonus, no berry finding, but it is 86, so it's going to be I-86 A cubed. Very, very good. I'm very happy with this one. And what we can do here in a second, I-86 A cubed. We can, let's go ahead and switch it over to a Lux Ray, and we can then, let's max out. Let's assume we do the two subskill seeds, and everything else is still the same. Let's go ahead and set it to 100, and let's let it run in the background. Let's see what it looks like as a fully evolved Lux Ray, and we'll go ahead and move on and get everything else done while we're waiting on that to go, just out of curiosity. I will leave that right there. All right. Looking pretty good already, I imagine. Oh, I did forget to select ingredient count A. There we go. Let it run again. Another 716 sneaky snacking. All right, and do we have new news today? I don't think so. No, still no new news, but we do have new community reports. We've got 39 of them. Very good. All right, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 that doubled up. Man, 2 days in a row I've had really bad luck on double candies. Oof. No level ups today. That's all right. I can't get too many level ups anyway. Only a few friends that aren't level 5. But for the meat and potatoes, let's get into this. We're going to collect from our Ryko. We're going to get those 2 candies. And a skill trigger would be nice. I did only get the 2 yesterday. It's consistently giving me 2, typically. So let's see. Just 1. That's all right. 1 is better than none. All right. And now we can take a look at our Raichu, see how he's looking, just as a status update. Nice. Still going. Good. Still going. Nice. All right. Cool. Who else? Let's take a look at Walrein. Let's see how he's doing. We're gonna get a bunch of ingredients from Walrein. Bunch of oil and sausage. Looks like mostly berries though, so that's good. That's what we want to see. I don't want to check the other 2 because I don't want to use their skill triggers on this Snorlax. I want to wait until tomorrow. But for now, we're gonna make a big beefy breakfast. Big beefy breakfast. I like that. All right, let's see what we got. Let's do the apple salad again. Why not? High extra tasty chance. Yeah, we could do it. It's fine. It'd be fine. Don't add more. All right. Let's see how we do. Extra tasty. There we go. Extra tasty fancy apple salad. 3,282 strength gained from this extra tasty fancy apple salad. Very nice. Looks like this Luxray, after 2 subskill seeds, is going to settle out close to PR 90. Not as much of an increase as I thought. Well, no, I guess that does make sense. Really only looking at the subskill seed at level 50 for Ingredient Finder M. But, you know, we'll look here in a second at the expected skill trigger rates. Relative strength is 20% higher. Gets better and better as it levels up. It's very good. Very good. Relative strength, 73%, 74%. Only a 0.06% chance of catching a better one. So we did pretty good. We did pretty good. 0.07. Take it back. Okay, so for now, there's not a whole lot else we can do. We could. You know what? Now I think is the time. We could invest in that Shinx because we do need to use 262 candies. I really like this Shinx. I do want to double check one thing first. As much as I like that Grubbin, it's not as good as the Shinx that we caught, and it doesn't have the ingredient spread that I want. So I'm not 100% sure on that one. But this Shinx though, I was gonna say, I don't know why, I'm so dumb. I was like, yeah, we can invest in this Shinx into 262 candies. Where am I gonna get the candies from? Spaced on that one. Me and my smooth brain. Yeah, so I can't really invest in that one. How many Grubbin candy do we have, by the way? 24. Okay. Definitely looking for that AAA Grubbin. That's what I really want to see. Who could we invest in? I don't think any of these Dedenne have outperformed or will outperform the one that we have already. Maybe you might, but I forgot what you were rated as because for some reason I didn't name you like I should have. So I'm gonna have to double check that one. We don't have the candies to do it anyway. Shuppet, I think you were pretty bad. Yeah, you were kind of bad. Definitely not what we were looking for. So let's go ahead and send the Shuppet to the professor. Definitely want at least the berry finding on a Shuppet. PR 91. So okay, PR 91 is not bad. The big question is, what are we looking like on expected skill counts? Because if we can get several a day, 3 or 4 a day, I think we're actually in a really good spot. So let's see. Ooh, actually kind of rough. Surprising. I mean, yeah, it's not as good as it could be, but it's not a skill specialist. So let's see, level... Let's look at level 25. Only 1.9 a day. Kind of rough. Okay. After skill trigger S, only 25? What about level 50? It goes down? Why does it go down? I mean, it's only down by 0.1, but still, why did it go down? That's wild. Okay. I don't understand how that happened. Interesting. Okay, maybe we can't rely on this one's main skill as much as I thought we could. Okay. Well, I don't know then. Anyway, we need to find somebody to invest candies in, and I don't know who it's going to be. I don't know who it should be. I mean, we could always go back with our fallback on Dragonite. I don't know that I have the candies for you either. So, why can't I just select? Okay, turn it. No, what is going on? I realize I missed. Oh, there it is. You just got to back out of it. I've literally never seen that before. We could always invest in this guy. Gonna be our good, solid oil finder eventually. So maybe it's worth putting those extra candies in here, but also probably best to find something that's low level that won't use too many dream shards. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna invest in. Definitely need to find something. You probably need to go away. Ooh, helping bonus is pretty good though. Overall, ABC though. Yeah, I don't like this Ghastly. We're gonna send this Ghastly away. He can go live with the professor. All right, yeah, like I said, I need to find something to spend my candies on to get that mission done. Maybe that Mankey is a pretty solid call since it's got berry finding and is so highly rated. Probably a good call. Not gonna help us immediately, but also question of how much do we want to spend our dream shards on getting a mission done just for 15 diamonds when we're about to have to spend a ton of dream shards. It's also a question to take into account. Do I really want to do this mission right now? I don't know. I'm gonna have to think on it. But yeah, this Luxray not looking as strong as I'd hoped it would. 2.4 at level 100. That's pretty good, but that's all the way at level 100 with an XP gains down. So overall though, still happy with it as far as it comes to gathering tomatoes. That's very good. So happy with what we caught today. Glad we got a AAA Shinx out of the way before the event even started. Now we can try to see if we can get an AAB or AAC. I just realized that we already have herbs and oil with Dragonite, but getting tomatoes and oil with Luxray would be pretty good. So we'll just have to wait and see what this event brings over the next couple of weeks. But that is going to be it for today's video. So thank you for watching. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, Husky Star, and Jassy. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join button right next to the subscribe button. And while you're down there, click the link to the Discord in the description box and come and join us, talk about Pokemon Sleep. Other than that, y'all have a good night. And until next time, later, dudes.